No, cats.
Do you have untrained dogs?
Yes. We haven't had a trained dog in 10 years. Wow. Our dogs used to be trained, and then they stopped training them because my mom was just like, they're dogs, they're meant to be cute. So,
the training is not cute. Them doing whatever they feel like is cute.
Yes.
Them shitting and pissing any way they feel like.
But that's the only part that we train is peeing and piss and pooping where they're supposed to. Okay. Otherwise, they don't do anything else that they're supposed to. Or like, we're like, Paul, or sit. They'll just.
What are you making?
Run around.
Oh, this one's complicated to explain.
Food.
I'm not interested. Okay.
He's making food, Jay.
If it's complicated, I probably won't like it.
I'm making what was on the last episode of the Emmy show.
Oh, I didn't see.
So
what's the main?
Golf is actually extremely fun.
What's
Top Golf?
Yeah, I've
Top
heard.
golf.
I wanted to try Top Golf.
I went earlier with my dad and all of them.
Nice.
What is Top Golf?
It's
like bowling, but golf.
Yeah.
Bowling, but golf.
But a driving range.
They changed the driving range into a very electronic methodology of everything. They RFID tagged all the balls, so it understands when you hit a ball and when it goes where it's supposed to go.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard great things about Top
Yeah.
Golf, for sure.
It's been available for about 2 years over there on Route 1, right by the 287 exit.
Stop rolling around.
Sounds like mini golf, but not for children.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Oh, they definitely do stuff for kids, but
It's bowling.
it's legit. Like, you get, I mean, there's a whole entire restaurant, there's an arcade in there, there's everything.
It's bowling!
Okay, so I'm gonna assume it's like arena baseball.
Which is...
I told you exactly what it is.
Yeah, you can say that.
Bowling.
Arena baseball is pitching
Bowling.
machines. You hit the bat and try to hit signs, and the signs say you got
In a
to
sense, that's,
triple,
that's
double,
relative-
single.
Well, that's to a point, but the methodology for this one is that you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 different holes, and your objective, depending upon which game mode you play, will determine what you're doing. So
it's not nearly as intense as like a batting range. It's
you take your time.
Yeah, it's literally like you pay per hour to sit there, drink, eat snacks, fuck around with your friends, and when it's your turn to do something, you do something.
Yeah.
It's bowling.
It's bowling.
It's fucking
But
bowling.
it's, yeah. The way that everything works is that you have like a touchscreen. You add players because what you're doing is you're not paying per person, you're paying by hour. So like
That
if you
was
have
really
like
tight.
4 to 6 people, it's worth it. Cody, stop.
I got it. I already got it.
I already got it.
You can just tear the bag. That bag is very thin.
Kid just wants to slap something.
Did he pull out a knife?
Yes, he did.
Of course he did.
He was messing with it for like 10 minutes. Like, alright, you know, I'm going with
Cody,
it. Oh,
time's up.
That's not a little thing.
Hand it over.
Yeah, so it's like I got
At
a
that
little
point,
fast
I was like thinking I should just ruin it, but at that point, I'm not gonna let it beat me.
So pretty much the way it works is like you pay per hour, of course.
Of course.
It's I think the rates were like
What are these?
Those are taro.
that's mackerel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, both of those are
You're
mackerel.
pointing at the fish.
Okay. What you call it?
That's taro.
So pretty much the way it works, you pay per hour. Different times, of course, is different rates. Towards the like later half of the day, it's definitely a little bit more expensive.
Of course. Yeah.
I think
A little
before noon, it's like $30 an hour.
Awesome.
Around noon till like 5-ish, it goes to $40 an hour.
Right.
And then like past like 5 or 6 o'clock, it's definitely like $50 an hour.
Wow.
Yes.
But like I said, it's something that you're doing with 4 or more people
So you
because
chip
that
in, y'all chip in, yeah.
So you're splitting the bill easier.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. So, but you go ahead, you set yourselves up, and pretty much, Hacker, if you were first, you select your name, take the club, the house club, or if you brought your own, doesn't matter. You walk up to the thing, and they have this auto dispensing ball thing, and you have to tap or wave your club in front of the sensor, and a ball will come out.
Right.
That ball is now RFID tagged to you specifically, And when you hit it, regardless of as long as you get it into a hole or something like that, if it goes into a hole, it's scored points. If it doesn't go to a hole, it's nothing.
Yeah.
So you pretty much do that. But of course, there's also, hey, if you can hit the back fence, you get points for that too.
Right.
So
just swing for the benches every time.
yeah, you can swing for the benches and be all fucking.
Because then, can you get like points for the back fence and getting in a hole?
No, back fence is
It's too far from the holes. Or
well, it's not technically too far. There
it just
are
only counts the back fence first. Okay.
well because the whole entire
It's
back
not meant to bounce.
Yeah, it's not meant to bounce.
That would be a bad
But,
design.
Because pretty much what it does is once it hits there, it's registered it hit there, so the ball will come back. But it doesn't if it goes into a hole, it doesn't count.
Yeah, because it's just tracking the thing.
But yeah, like like I said, they did a really interesting method of how they did it.
Be careful. It's either a glacier or a magma.
Yeah.
Or it's both.
All at the same time. Yo.
What's going on, NCR said?
NCR.
So pretty much,
Jordan.
it's definitely something that you want to do with like 4 to 6 people at minimum. You don't want to do it any less than that. Like I mean, between me, my brother, and my dad, with food, drinks, and everything, it costed us $180.
That ain't bad.
Yeah. So.
That ain't bad at all.
Well, look at me, Richie Rich, $180 ain't bad.
Well, for 3 people.
Yeah, it's only for 3 people.
Yeah,
If we had a 4th, it'd be split between the 4 of us. It's a whole different deal.
Yeah, it's not something you do every day.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what it
If
is.
you do that every day.
It's a driving range!
He seems triggered by that.
Yeah, he doesn't like the fact that it's a driving range. It's okay.
So
Like we were doing bowling forever, and then we stopped.
Oh, we weren't spending $180.
Bowling.
I would not spend $180 on bowling.
I haven't gone bowling in forever. Yeah, I should do that.
But so, I mean, like in literal sense, there's different modes, the game mode specifically. So scoring is differently and everything like that. There's like just the base, what you call it, the base Top Golf mode, where it's just okay. You get into a hole, it scores XYZ points, and then next thing you know is that if you get 2 in a row, like you actually get into another hole, it like it gives added points and stuff like that. So it becomes like a fucking. It goes back to like a whole entire point score system.
Yeah.
They have a whole method where they have like play 9 holes technically, and they pretty much tell you which hole you have to go to, so you're aiming to hit that hole.
Yeah.
Each person gets 20 balls. That's what it counts to.
Okay.
So after the 20th ball, technically the game's over, but you can stop it whenever you want and be like, oh, end game, I'm going to do another game. And the next game will always give you a new 20.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So that,
Yeah, because you're playing per hour.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're playing per hour.
Can you sharpen this one?
That's serrated.
They're all serrated.
That's going to be fun.
Honestly, the serration might make it so that it cuts fine without sharpening. So maybe we shouldn't sharpen it.
I mean, there's no harm in sharpening it.
In that serrated place?
Serration, you might just remove the serration.
Yeah.
Just make it smooth.
Okay, so we are having grilled mackerel with it's gonna be softened and boiled taro. It's got a springier consistency than potatoes, but think of them as potatoes.
Right.
They have a lot more flavor than you realize. Because they are also starch. Then we will have miso soup. I'm gonna put extra tofu in there. Can you guess what that is?
Kombucha.
Can you guess what that is?
Kombucha. It looks like pumpkin.
It's Japanese pumpkin. So I'm making the pumpkin that we eat at the hot pot place.
Mm-hmm.
And
Delicious.
so that's what's going on tonight.
Do you have to descale these fish?
No, they've already been cleaned and
Oh, perfect.
yeah.
One of them was not how he wanted it, though.
So the first one, he out of the 3 of them, he like sliced and diced them.
I see that, yeah.
And I'm just like, God damn it. I bought 4 more. So we will have more fish. I have no idea how to cook the other one properly, but we'll find out.
Fry them all.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him. Is you can pan fry it. And
It's not the flavor I'm looking for. It's not the
Then
flavor I'm
you can
looking
just
for.
put it in the oven and bake it.
So they announced a bunch of like Final Fantasy games
So-
coming to the Switch.
I need you guys to take these
Not 8.
Fucked up.
and take the skin off. That's how you know they will irritate your fingers a little bit. My finger's getting like, here, hold it. Tell me if you feel irritation. Ah! No.
Oh yeah.
I don't feel anything.
Okay.
Maybe if he wants to start peeling.
So
Is it like chemical or something?
it might be, maybe per person. But I've heard that some people feel it, and I do feel it.
Is it like a tingling that you're feeling,
Yep.
or? Okay.
So, what I need you guys to do.
I think I'm broken.
Me too.
I think you're broken.
Or maybe you're just sensitive.
You should be giving all these guys cutting boards. You should not be doing this any other methodology.
Do we need like peelers?
No, you need to cut it with a knife.
You have to cut it actually with a knife.
So,
Yeah. There's so many of these.
yes, we're each gonna have like 7 or 8. It's not that hard. The 4 people, this will be quick. So
4 people, 3 knives.
well, so essentially you are basically cutting the skin off.
Oh, okay.
So the same way that you peel a potato or whatnot.
Except without a peeler with a knife.
Yes.
I usually.
Could we use a peeler if we had one or no?
Too thick. Maybe you get a brolic peeler.
No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
So I am going to only do this one, and then I'm going to start doing something else because I need to. While you guys do this, please and thank you.
Do we have peelers?
Like I said, the skin is too thick.
Not gonna stop us from
I'm
trying.
saying for the little bits
Oh.
that are left over.
You can lose more of these than you think. More of
The whatever, the starch in it.
yes. Like it's okay to lose more of it.
And before that, like, yeah, we don't have enough.
And then you're hungry.
And that you were wrong.
He ain't wrong.
This might be better.
I'm doing fine with the serrated. Usually I can just push it.
Stand up, stand up, stand up. Oh, we do have a grater. I didn't get the daikon because I thought we didn't have a grater. But it's a radish, so I can replace it with any heat source.
Are you using the cutting board?
Yeah.
Give me the last one up there then. I'll start messing with this thing.
And just start piling them on plates. Okay.
It's dirty. Can you hand me another one? Thank you.
I'll put on music.
Because you couldn't hear something in the car.
No, I'm not putting that on. The bass.
Because what? You wouldn't let him, or?
No, he just didn't have enough time. And he couldn't find the right one.
Download it wasn't working.
Yeah, he was just like, I'm looking for something specific, and it didn't work. And the rendition he found that he downloaded, trying to make it in time,
Didn't make
work.
it in time.
No, it just wasn't as strong as he was hoping for, and now he's like, God damn it! I'm like, we're here.
I was like, God damn it.
God damn it. Gosh darn it.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm progressing through my new game plus in the first area.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to play as other characters for the titles to get the trophies. So right now I'm doing. Well, no, I just finished Rokuro. What I don't like about Rokuro is that a lot of his arts leave him over there or over there in a different location than where I like started. It's not in front or behind the enemy. So it's just frustrating. Have you played as anybody else or just been?
Not really.
Good conversation.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I haven't.
It was fine until you said something.
Yeah, I fucked it up.
I
Keep going,
haven't
asshole.
done anything with anybody, so I didn't matter. I understand what you're asking, but it's like I haven't really played with nobody, so I
Yeah,
haven't played with
they
nobody.
don't even have-
Yeah, it's
They don't
like-
even have heads!
It's like if you didn't play with them, that's all there is to it.
It's that they don't even have heads.
Good. From my understanding, they're not supposed to have heads.
It's not supposed to have this. I'm confused.
I have a head. I hope you do.
Hey, it's Jackson. College food's getting old. What's going on, Jackson?
Well, what do you expect, Jackson? You're a place that is going to give you college food.
How's Buffalo treating you? Or just outside Buffalo? Or New York?
Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo.
How about
Buffalo,
Hampshire?
Buffalo, Buffalo.
I will tell you now, before you guys don't realize it, this is going to have bones. Kind of like the Korean place.
Well, you have to pick at it.
Or you just take out the whole thing. It's gonna have, basically it's gonna have a spine. And the things that radiate out from the spine. Everything else is gone.
I'm not very good at that. I'm taking my time.
It's fine, so am I. Gordon Ramsay. I wonder how Gordon Ramsay would do this. Like, I guarantee you he has a way to do this in like 10 seconds each one.
He has a ridiculous peeler.
It's called a sous chef.
He's in Rochester. Alright. Rochester, Schmochester.
Rochester, New York.
That's what everyone says in New York.
Rochester, New York.
It's in Rochester, Rochester.
Yeah, that's what they say in Rochester.
Only in Rochester.
They're
right?
very dismissive up there.
Of their own people.
Yeah. I don't have a place to leave my leavings.
I just threw it into this plate.
Garbage, you're right, I'm right next to
Well, I needed a plate because I was just like, it's getting in the way of me cutting these nonsense things.
that. Nonsense things.
Yes.
So what are these? Like just different kinds of potatoes?
Taro. It's a different type of starch. Kind of the same way that like sweet potatoes are different from potatoes. Or yams are different from potatoes.
Okay.
Something that's very popular on islands like Hawaii and shit.
Because it grows there.
I am running out of room.
Which is why I threw all this shaving.
Yeah, but I had to use
plate.
the plate to put the taros on.
Well, this plate is shaving plate. Fuck that.
Oh, that's your shaving plate. I don't want to impose.
Too bad.
You want me to impose?
It makes things easier to do so.
Okay.
My hands are very,
You're what, very
planning on making Pocket Edition my first Final Fantasy 15 experience.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
How would you do that to
It
yourself?
looks so adorable. And like, how am I gonna take that story seriously though?
Well, because that's why you don't do that. Just straight up, that's why you don't do
so
that.
Adorable.
It's adorable. Fuck that.
They look
nonsense.
like little Funko Pop figures.
See? Bad idea, Final Fantasy. Bad idea.
Or great idea.
Yeah, people are gonna eat that shit up. Hey, this looks like that larva.
What line?
The botfly one that he tried to show us yesterday.
Try it.
I wasn't paying attention, really. Oh, yeah. You guys were paying attention, not me.
I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't there.
A botfly coming out of the squirrel.
As a larva. Da-da. So BoJack starts tomorrow.
Watch this short video to get 30 minutes of uninterrupted listening.
This is Mr. Squat. I got him from my bank.
You got Jack Squat from your bank?
You didn't get one?
No, I got an app that lets me quickly check my balances on the go. Sounds like their bank. We give you and your money respect. Not surprising.
Enjoy the next 30 minutes of uninterrupted listening.
Tell me to enjoy this shit.
It already did. It took me twice now.
Oh, so sure.
Is this another diss track in the war of diss tracks?
Are you saying this track?
Diss track.
Oh no.
Because I know that's like happening now where everyone's just dissing each other.
Fun. Ryo. What's up, Ryo?
Hi, Ryan.
Ryan.
What's up, dude?
And Jackson has had a good DBZ players.
Oh. There's no good DBZ players up there?
None. Oh, he said I don't think there's no good ones because he said he bodied the like mini tournament that he played in. You're talking about Jackson, right?
Jackson, right? Yeah. Hey, Smokey Drew.
3 dots.
That's an ellipses.
No, there's just 3 periods. You stop the sentence short every time.
Well, Jackson, you know what you can do with those players? Teach them.
Yep. Don't be around. Teach your players.
There's one, but he has a job in kids.
What?
He said there's one player that's good, but he has a job in kids.
Oh, you just said that? Oh.
Hey, it's called life.
Yeah, life sucks.
No, not true. Life is what you make of it. If you think it sucks, then that means you're making it suck yourself.
I want to blame yourself.
Especially those people that have things outside of their control, like children are abused and slaves.
Well, the point is that you make it sound like control exists, but control doesn't exist.
That's the opposite of what you're saying.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but wait, you just said the thing, and then you said the thing that was the opposite of that thing.
Yep. That's life, idiot.
You can always
That
do
was his
something.
plan the entire time to get to that point. So.
Thank you. I actually tried with my phone.
Did? Come on, man.
I didn't realize I could call these things.
Holy cow. This is harder to handle because it's fucking cut up.
Hooray!
What are you doing,
Thanks,
washing
guy
it?
who didn't listen to you.
They couldn't speak English. It's not like they couldn't do anything about that.
Yeah.
I know.
What's happening on Saturday?
AVGC.
AVGC.
Oh, yeah.
It's bigger this year. Well, who's talking about Saturday?
Ryan. He said things were looking good.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I don't see Ryan anymore.
Take it easy, Jackson.
Later.
Bye.
Stop by.
Yeah.
How many did you get?
Enough for 7 or 8 for each of us?
6 pounds worth.
Yes.
Big bell. That plate is done. We need more plates.
More plates next to you.
There's more than there's none next to me. What are you talking about? Stop lying.
Hacker's
Why
lying.
lying.
Hacker's lying.
Hacker.
Yo, why you lying?
I don't know. I thought there were plates next to him.
Got his hopes up.
In my dreams too. Like, what the fuck,
Come
man?
on, Hacker.
Mandy came out
We
today.
thought you were the most decent of all of us.
No, that left.
Huh?
That left. A long time ago.
Yeah.
What's wrong with these potatoes?
They're not potatoes.
That's why it looks like somebody's wrong with them.
They're not potatoes.
What are they?
Taro.
Who?
Taro.
What's a taro?
Hamtaro.
It's like a split.
It is like a split, but not a split.
What is a split? It's a starch.
Yeah, it's a starch, not a split.
That's my name.
Glad we could get there.
Wait a minute. Did I? Oh, you swapped knives.
I swap shit.
I was wondering why this wasn't like working like I thought.
No, you grabbed that
grabbed
one on
it.
your own.
He grabbed that knife from somewhere else.
I grabbed that knife straight from the block.
Yeah. I pulled out the 3. That's what happened. I pulled out the 3 for you guys to use, and I was going to use that one, but I never had a chance to pull that out of the block.
Well, you started doing what you were doing, so I was like, all right.
But he put the 3 on the table. Why did you? I don't understand.
Because he was using one.
It took
So I grabbed another
21.
one.
It took 21 years to develop, but Final Fantasy VII is finally coming out for a Nintendo console.
Wow.
It's a low blow.
What do you think?
It's not even the remaster.
It's not?
No, it's just the port.
Oh wow.
The same with Final Fantasy 9. It's just a port. 10, 2, and 12 at least are using the remasters. And then Crystal Chronicles is just getting remastered.
That one was on a Nintendo console.
Yeah. Well, this is the first time Crystal Chronicles is not Nintendo exclusive. Because every other Crystal Chronicles was Nintendo exclusive.
Yep.
And a lot of them were bad.
I remember liking this one.
Yeah.
The one from GameCube.
Yeah. That was a good one.
I remember that.
The one
I
on
didn't
DS.
remember any other ones.
The one on DS was decent because it was doing the same thing, but it focused too much on story instead of like the multiplayer gameplay. The story wasn't that good. And then the actual sequel on Wii was just a story game that was a bad story. Like a single player game. So.
Oh, it's a single player game.
It's a single player story based game that had a bad story. So.
In other words, they fucked it all up.
Yeah. Like Crystal Chronicles, when I think Crystal Chronicles, I think of multiplayer. I don't think of like whatever was happening. Crystal Chronicles was decent enough in its story because you just kind of figure it out as you go along.
It wasn't really a story, from what I remember.
That's because a lot of it doesn't come up until the end.
Oh.
Like there is actual story in the end. It's just all at the end, which you probably would never see since you can make the game go on forever.
Yeah.
So what's going on tonight after food?
League.
Okay.
League. He's got to do some League before SoCal comes out.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because he said he's quitting forever.
It might make me quit forever.
He
What?
said he's quitting forever.
It might make me quit because of the amount of time I put into it.
Yeah, but it's not forever.
It's
It's never
I
forever.
feel like League is gonna outlive fucking SoCal performance. It's gonna outlive us all.
Eventually, the player base will dwindle, and they'll be pining for SoCal 7.
How long do you think League will last?
With the way they've set everything up, probably another 10 years if they do it right.
I doubt that.
What?
I doubt that.
People doubted that about League for 5 years ago. They're like, this is gonna last. They're like, this is the worst season ever. This is gonna last for 1 more year, 2 more years at
And
best.
how long has it been on?
9 years.
That is impressive.
That is an extremely long time for
Yeah.
an esport, and it's outliving things next to it.
Like Dota or Diablo.
Yeah, that was so
Like StarCraft existed?
Dota is forced to stay alive
Because of money?
because of money.
That's not forcing it.
Yeah.
That means
like,
it's alive.
Yeah. I don't understand that statement.
If the money wasn't there, no one would play Dota. That's
But then,
Yeah.
You can say that about other games too.
You
Like
can say that about baseball.
yeah.
No one would play baseball professionally if there wasn't that much ridiculous money into it.
so. I don't know.
What I'm saying is Dota is being artificially kept alive.
With money! That's not artificial! It's esports!
Like that's the whole point of these things, Jay, is money.
It's the point of esports. What's happening with Dota is the dream of most games. Being kept alive with money.
Millions of dollars. Is Dota still have like the highest like cost or
It's Fortnite now, but it's super artificial. Like
Dota pots are basically for one event.
and they're for one event, and they're for like top like 5 or some shit. So everyone else has spent their entire like livelihood being good at the game. They get nothing. They get no money. Like it's unsustainable. But League has created a sustainable format. Same as Overwatch.
The league has an actual league.
Where they get
They have
paid salaries.
contracted players and salaries.
Alright, this is all done.
There's still money.
Yeah, but it's like fighting game. It's like poverty. When I say poverty, I don't mean the amount of money in it. I mean the style of struggle. In
Dota.
distribution of funds is so skewed that the people who are winning will continue winning, and the people who are losing will struggle even more to be able to spend the same amount of time.
In League, if you play League professionally, you're paid by Riot.
Right.
You get a salary from Riot.
That changed.
In addition to that change, you
That
don't get
changed when they franchise.
Oh.
They require when they franchise the amount of money you have to put in to become a franchise league. They required a certain amount of salary for the players that you have to be able to provide.
Clean this. Yeah, be careful. It's like,
Oh, I know how to clean plates. Come on, get out of here.
no, I'm saying I am holding a knife.
Too loud.
That is cool.
You have to yell to talk to me? Because the music was too loud.
I didn't feel like I was yelling.
You were. That was the whole point. You didn't realize you were yelling, but you were.
Everyone was yelling.
So
Everyone's yelling.
if I
Blah,
don't
blah.
talk to you, then the music doesn't have to go down. That's what I'm hearing.
Fine, I don't want to talk to you anyways.
Technically correct. You know the end of that line.
There we go.
All gone.
Thank you.
I'll take this away too. The floor is really dirty because of this. Well, no, there's still a bunch of skin from last night.
There's a lot of what?
Chicken skin. Where? From last night on the floor.
Oh,
on the table.
the
Oh. Never actually properly.
Like swept around after that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Whoever sat over here made a mess.
that was you.
No, I sat over there.
Sure you did.
That's it here.
You with me? I stood up and I eat those. I go buy this. I was eating from the table.
He was so hungry.
If there's scraps of food on the floor, I always blame Hacker.
Sure.
Wow, man. You know, he's easy prey for you. Easy target.
Yes, I've seen what happens when he eats subs on my couch. Lettuce
A
everywhere.
lot of loose lettuce in my sandwich.
You're just gonna let this roll happen?
lettuce in your sandwich.
Because he knows he's guilty.
I do make a mess. So I commit to my mess.
He commits, so you just keep making it worse.
Yeah. No, not worse. The same. I like to think I'm consistent.
Like, it's already a mess, you know? It's not more of a mess if it's a mess. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's good for now. Under the table.
Fell out of there.
Like, what was he talking about? The thumbnail adds flavor?
Because Kit cut one of the taros with his thumbnail.
Oh.
What'd I do?
Said you cut one of the taros with your thumbnail.
Apparently, yeah. It's kind of crazy. I didn't think I should do it, and apparently you did.
You did it!
No one doubted you, I think.
I doubted myself. What the fuck you talking about? I didn't think it was possible.
Anything's possible.
The thumbnail was sharp enough, apparently.
I should have been boiling that already.
What is Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon?
It's just a mystery dungeon game, like.
Who's Vincent Barbito?
Oh, that's
Vinny.
Vinny.
That's Vinny. Vincent for the break.
It's basically like an RPG type thing where you run through a dungeon.
As a chocobo.
And it's I think it's randomized.
I don't know why they skipped 8.
Because
I'll come back to it.
no one really liked it, okay?
7, 9, 10, 12.
And Crystal Chronicles.
I didn't like 9.
What people do, so.
People like 9 more than they like 8, Jay.
Maybe that means 8 is off, like, an actual remaster.
Possibly. I like 9. We're replaying it, I like.
I didn't like it when I first played it.
They should do 6.
Why? Because
I
they gave all the good things of all Final Fantasy games and put it into one? You didn't like that?
Old school.
Final Fantasy 9 to me felt like when someone who is not designing a game set, not designing anything, says, wouldn't it be cool if we did this?
Wow.
And then, if you just stop to think about what doing that would do
Can
to
you give
the
us
rest
an
of
example?
no, I'm making a broad statement here. Like, just anything. You have to think about how that thing affects everything else.
But, like, can you give us an example to apply to Final Fantasy IX and your feelings on it?
Not a Final Fantasy 9. I could say it for a lot of games,
No.
but I don't remember a lot about Final Fantasy 9. I can say about Dragon Quest 11. Wouldn't it be cool if there was a day and night system?
There is a day and night system.
Yes, exactly.
It'd be weirder if there wasn't.
There's no reason for the game to have a day and night system.
But what if
Different
you-
but
enemies
they
spawn
made
at different
one.
times.
What was that?
Different enemies spawn at different times.
Yeah, why? Because there's a day and night system!
Bad variety.
If you didn't put a day and night system
Why are
in,
you shouting?
because it's loud.
No, it's not loud at all. You're just shouting.
If there wasn't a day and night system, they wouldn't have to have monsters spawn at different times.
Or maybe they wanted to have monsters spawn at different times, and they're like, huh, the only way we can do this is with the day and night system.
No, there's no reason for it.
What do you mean there's no reason? Because they just didn't want it.
reason for it.
I feel the game would be weird without it. It's like a modern RPG, and it's always daytime.
Do you want it like a day and night system where it's necessary for skills like a Chum Sonata?
You can make a day and night system, but don't have different spawns and don't have things you can only do this at night.
Why not? Because that seems realistic. That seems like what you think of when you
Yet
think
all the
of-
shops are open 24/7, and the shopkeepers never go to sleep.
So maybe it's a twin, Jay. Come on.
There's no reason for the game to have a day and night system.
Except for the reasons that there are.
There aren't. That's my point. There's no reason.
Different monsters, different drops. Makes sense to me. I don't know.
And if you want, you can do that. You can have the sky change without having the day and night system.
But then it would be day and night, wouldn't it?
You can have all the monsters spawn at the same time. What's the difference?
Because that would get bland and repetitive.
No, it really wouldn't. You walk past all the monsters anyways. There's no reason to fight them.
It'd probably be like memory.
But you still do fight them anyways. Like,
No, you really don't.
like you don't because you
I'll
just
fight
put it
like-
on auto
I
battle.
fight like 3 monsters per dungeon because everything's too easy. You just go right to the boss.
Because you fought every monster beforehand. Like, the only reason you're not fighting every monster now is because you got fought every monster
I
beforehand.
fought every monster once to put it in my monster book. That's it.
Interesting.
That was the end of it.
I don't see any problem with the day and night system.
I think Jay just is bored. And is
No,
trying to
it's
make
just
shit up.
no, I think the way the day and night system works, there might be different spawns.
The day and night system just creates a tedium for the player.
Or
That's
It doesn't add anything to the story or the gameplay.
No, but Jay, it probably does in the programming aspect of it. If you have a day and night system, you have specific monsters come out at specific times, correct?
Helps
Do it
both
so
sides.
if you look at exactly, load times and so on and so forth. Optimization, they probably did it for that reason too. I mean, you just
Or you can just put less monsters in the game.
But it's a modern game.
And half the time, the day and night monsters are the same monsters. Some monsters are just asleep during the day. Or asleep during the night.
Isn't that but that's
So you have to walk up to them.
that's a cool detail. So you walk up to them, they're asleep in battle. You get free hits.
But it doesn't add anything to the game.
It's a detail.
It's just a frustration for the player.
I've never been
I'm trying to
frustrated
understand
by
where's the
the cycle.
frustration.
Okay, you have to do this thing. Oh, it's only daytime, so now I have to go to the camp and just rest there. It doesn't add anything except loading times. It adds more loading times.
Or you could like do other things during the day.
No, it's better. It's much easier to just rest. Yeah.
No, the
The
day and night
cycles are very
cycle takes like 3 hours.
They are very long.
Yeah, but if you have instant access of doing it, like I
Yeah, if you have instant access to change the day and night at any time,
you can
then why put it in?
you
Because
can
all that does is add loading screens for the
You
player.
can easily just zoom to wherever location you need to, and go ahead and do the night system real fast, and go do what you need to, and that's it.
And now you added
No
an extra
problem
loading
here.
screen for no reason.
I mean, part of the game.
Yeah, and my point is why?
Yeah,
It
but
serves no purpose.
That's also you're only playing it one way. Other people will be like,
It
oh, I'll just
serves
go
no
do more
purpose.
quest stuff, and then when it's nighttime, I'll come back and do this. Like that's how other people could play games. They don't all play the game the exact same way that you do.
It's not like there's things to do while you're trying to do a specific thing. This isn't an open world game where there's always something else to do.
Like the main quest.
You know what else serves no purpose? Fucking trophies. And here he is completing every trophy.
Yeah, I know.
And choosing games based on trophies. And in his mind, it would be, this game is unplayable. But for 99% of people, they're like, what trophies?
It's just it's an aesthetic choice.
It's
Yeah.
just-
Something that's
you're angry
But
because of the
you
way
can
you
do
play.
the aesthetic without having it affect the gameplay. That's what I'm saying.
For the same monsters reactive.
It
It's like the
sounds like
sleeping thing. It's
out of
cool.
3
That's
people,
cool.
it sounds like it's affecting one of you.
It is
Jay,
very cool.
so it sounds like it's your problem.
Honestly, it's not something I even thought about.
I enjoyed it. I don't understand
When I play a game, I expect loading screens. I expect the JRPG to take its time with things. This is surprisingly a very quick game for a JRPG.
Jay, it sounds like you're spoiled.
Well, he does like the new style of RPG, which is like Uncharted and shit like that, more than the old Japanese style, right?
No, I much prefer new RPGs to old RPGs.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
But no, this one definitely has flavors of old school.
That's what I'm saying. He's spoiled now by modern games.
No, but this one is like
Good gaming.
the peak of JRPG. Like this is very refined.
That's a good way to say repetitive. The same thing that they've
I
done
don't think
every
the game
time.
is repetitive at all.
The same thing that they've done in every other Dragon Quest. I'm saying.
I honestly think this is one of the best Japanese RPGs I've played in a long time. Like honestly, you're right. I don't have that much of an issue with the day and night cycle. I'm using it as an example
Right.
of something that really serves no purpose.
It's an aesthetic. At that point, you're just complaining about aesthetics.
What I'm playing about is putting a system in the game that affects the entirety of the other game
White pepper.
that serves no purpose.
$2.
It only affects a minimum, like a very small amount of quests.
You want to try
Yeah.
it?
Huh? Yeah.
What I'm saying is it affects the entire game and it really serves no purpose.
It only affects certain quests. You can go through the whole main quest and not care about the day-night cycle.
Why did I do that?
But if you want to do all quests, then it affects you. This smells interesting.
Let's try it. Is you dumb dumb? Is you dumb dumb? Is you dumb dumb? Is you dumb dumb?
Is he a dum-dum?
I tried a very small amount. I didn't even get anything.
Oh, you didn't feel anything?
Yeah.
Over your hand.
No, I'm fine. No.
Maybe Shenmue just made me really hate day-night cycles.
Maybe. Because I'm not, like, you can play through the entirety of the main quest, like, every single, like,
Where was the last
facet
time
of
you
it,
saw the
and
remote?
not deal with any of the
Yeah,
day-night cycle.
Remote.
you're right. The main quest has
That's
nothing
not
to do with
where.
day-night.
It's just a certain,
I had it on
like,
the
one or
chair.
two quests.
Maybe it's in
But even then, I would have complained about the boat and not being able to fly everywhere. That annoyed
Yes,
me.
that does annoy me too. Yeah.
The day-night cycle, take it or leave
The
it.
boat is the worst part of the game.
I'm like, okay, I was...
Are you talking about Berserk? The boat's the worst part.
I stopped doing some quests because like, I'll fly to that island. And I can't.
On that.
Wait, Berserk is bad, right?
8 years of the manga.
Seriously
8
though,
years.
anyone who's watching on the stream, Dragon Quest XI is one of the best Japanese RPGs I have ever played. I think it's the only Japanese RPG I could think of where I have never been bored. Like most Japanese RPGs, eventually there's a tedium. You're like, all right, let's just skip. I never felt that with Dragon Quest XI. I'm not done yet though.
No, but
I mean post game.
The post game, I mean, it's all extraneous stuff like saving, going and doing all these quests is extraneous. You could go right to like just finish it, but you get some pretty sweet stuff.
But up until I beat the game, I had completed everything but 2 quests that I couldn't complete because I didn't have the pet powers for.
Yep. No, I'm the same way.
Yeah. So I did everything.
Yeah.
Almost everything except those 2 quests.
Yep.
Out of 42. So, like even doing all the extraneous stuff, I never got bored.
Right.
So that's how good Dragon Quest XI is. It is super refined.
Yep. You don't.
There
have to-
are, of course, a lot of things in the game that I think, why is this here? And then I remember that's because it's always been there in Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is so old school. They'll leave things in just because that's how they've always done it.
Yep.
Like you can only save at a church. You can only resurrect without spells at a church.
Yep.
But then it's like, why is it like that? Because that's how they've always done it.
Yep. Same with removing curses and poisons early game. They give you magic pretty early on. Before that, only cure poison at a church, only cure curses at a
I'm
church.
surprised I have not found any cursed demonic armor.
Me too.
Yeah, right?
Honestly, right? 8, that was all over the place.
Yeah, 8. The first time you get it, you put it. You see this armor. It's got amazing stats. You put it on here, and you're like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Dear curse.
You're cursed. But the main character has a gimmick they don't explain to you that he isn't affected by cursed items.
Yeah.
In 8.
They don't tell that to you though.
But he gains all the benefits and none of the negatives from cursed item. And it's a big story point post game. They don't even bring it up. You can play the whole campaign and it's like, ah, whatever. Don't use the cursed items.
That sucks too because I put that cursed breastplate that you find on that island on one of my other characters because it was the first cursed item you find.
Yeah.
And and then it costs like 20,000 gold to remove it.
Yeah, you can't even unequip it.
And Dragon Quest VIII is a game where you always are short on money. Like you skip buying things every other town because you don't have enough money for it. So every other town you just spend all your money. So you don't have 20,000 gold, and you never will. Dragon Quest XI, which surprises me, does not have that issue.
Yeah, which is good.
Is that an issue? Having limited resources? It's like survival horror.
Well, when I was playing 8, when I played 8, that's when Neo was still coming to my house every day, post work, and he commented on how that's always how it's been in Dragon Quest. It's not like Final Fantasy, because I had been coming up Final Fantasy games where money's no issue. Yeah, gil is no issue. You've got 10 billion gil by the end of the game.
Nothing to spend it on.
Yeah, and nothing to spend. You don't even have anything to spend it on when you're actually playing the game.
Yeah.
He's probably like, you privileged fuck!
Yeah. So he told me that money was always an issue in Dragon Quest. It's how they've always done it. So it's weird to have all this money in Dragon Quest XI and nothing to spend it on. And I think that's the fault of the crafting system.
Oh, yeah, it's stupid.
Which I also hear is the best crafting system they've ever had in a Dragon Quest game. But it makes money useless.
Yeah.
Why buy any armor when you can just make it?
Yeah. Or you can buy it and make it better. That's what I did once.
Well, I bought all the cheap armor just to get the 500 items trophy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think I've done that.
Like if any piece of equipment is less than 1,000 gold, I'll buy it. I have like 500,000, so.
What is that?
It's a fish.
Is that the
If you're gonna say guts, I thought they gutted this already.
I was gonna say something.
They don't debone it?
That's something more specific.
What'd you say?
They don't debone it when you buy it?
Well, you could ask them to do several things. If they debone it, this thing would be like cut apart. They like this shit with these spatchcocks or some shit. Somebody remind me to buy the fucking turkey this year from Popeyes before I fucking forget.
Turkey! Turkey!
There, they just reminded you.
October.
I can't buy it yet.
October's the reminder.
Turkey.
I just need somebody. I just need somebody to remember.
Like how far out do you need it?
If you could look that up, that'd be
Like
nice.
2 or 3 weeks?
More than that.
Definitely. I'm saying probably it's best to look in October.
You know what? I'm gonna assume that they were worms.
What you should do is like have like a reminder on your phone.
Want that fish?
Huh?
Want that?
Sure, why not? Why not? He took the worms out.
Well, I reckon. What did piss me off is having to
See the DPR live. That's
DTR?
DPR.
A DPR.
So good.
But it makes sense because
You have another napkin? I think two.
Oh, this looks like I'll get you a little roll. This thing's almost done.
Do we have more napkins?
It's on its last legs.
I like the Dorian Gray quest.
I like the pun.
I know you did.
The game
I was
is
talking
on
about
its
yesterday,
point.
and I was like, that's probably Hacker's favorite pun.
That's so
Dorian
good.
Gray.
I like the MMA tournament. All the puns in that.
Yeah.
Like Wambolina.
My favorite is that Sylvando was.
He was Sterling Silva.
His secret identity was basically Antonio Banderas.
It was. I like Sterling Silva and the Golden Boy.
Yeah. Sterling Silva and Golden Boy. Well, Golden Boy's one of the other guys, so
Yeah.
that all the girls are
Swooning over.
swooning over.
I wonder if that's even his real name. That might just be a localization thing.
Oh, what? The golden boy?
Sterling Silver.
No, his name in the game is Silvando. So he shortened it to Sterling Silva. I mean, it probably is a pun in Japanese.
I know the names are very different in Japanese.
Oh, they are very different, yeah. But there probably is a pun. You know, Japan's on their pun game. It's just probably a different one.
Happy hour plans with friends. We just stuck at work watching this.
I have to ask. If you put the Mardi Gras off and on and go to battle, you can just sit there and be stupid shit while waiting to
What are you doing?
He wants to know if while your character's idling in battle wearing the Mardi Gras outfit, does he bounce around?
Oh, so Kit, you beat the you got to the World Tree and all that?
What?
Yeah, he's in Act 2.
You did the World Tree and all that? All right.
Eric was Camus. Veronica was Veronica. Serena was Senya.
Alright.
Jade was Martina.
Just like Martina.
Why would they take that away?
I mean, that one isn't even Japanese.
Yeah.
Why change it? Rab was Ro.
Okay.
Silvando was Sylvia.
It's close enough.
But
So Sylvia,
why not just make it Silvio?
Huh?
Why not just make him Silvio?
Because he's very feminine.
Well, what I'm saying is when they bring it to America,
Oh,
why not just make it Silvio?
So
Hendrik was. Oh my God, Hendrik's name.
Hendrik Lamar.
Hendrik has the best name in Japan.
If it's not Hendrik Lamar, it's not.
What is it?
Greg.
How exotic. That's probably what they were thinking. Fucking Greg.
Jasper was Homer.
Well, I bet to them that sounds boring.
Greg.
It definitely does.
Because it is.
It is. There's no native-born Japanese person named Greg.
That's probably the fish.
Yeah, I think so.
Greg.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Why change Camus to Eric? What was wrong with Camus?
I don't know. Okay, here we go.
I want a Dragon Quest XI mod. The only thing it does is change Hendrik's name back to Greg.
Greg.
Make that happen, please.
Yes,
What's going on, Wise?
Hey, what's up?
They have a full list of all the NES games. Can you bring that one over?
We can go back, but I just want to start. Hey Google,
I missed one.
set timer to 4 minutes.
Sure, 4 minutes. Starting now.
Why do you have to do like that so it's a splash in?
Fuck!
Like that?
Like that.
But you did it, and it still splashed with you.
Look,
You got overzealous.
Yeah, I started like just speeding up.
You were like, I'm not gonna let Jackson make fun of me.
Probably some Jackson.
Yes.
He wasn't the Japanese one.
That's not even there.
I know. You have to go take over by the kids.
Wait, something's wrong. Okay.
Oh man, he called me Hackier.
Accure?
It's with a J, though. No, it's all good. that checks
Google.
out. That checks out.
Hey Google. Hey Google. How much time is left?
T-minus 3 minutes and 5 seconds.
Bill, Wise wants to know what you're making.
I'm making grilled mackerel. This is a Japanese meal, so I'm making grilled mackerel. I'm making miso soup. I'm making taro. It's kind of like potato. It's gonna be more flavorful.
That's what we just put in the pot.
Yes,
That's
that.
what's it.
And then I'm gonna be making kombucha, which is Japanese pumpkin. It's not actually pumpkin; it's a squash. I think
Right.
they call it pumpkin.
Right. Pumpkin is a squash. It's in that family.
Because if you cook regular pumpkin with like this, it tastes really different. It's super sweet.
Yeah. That's why I guess pumpkin pie. You cook that, you get the sweetness out of it.
Yeah. So if you make pumpkin pie with kombucha, kombucha, it won't.
Very, very bland pie.
You'll be very sad.
Right.
If that's what you're looking for.
It might be equivalent to something like rhubarb pie. Rhubarb isn't sweet in its own, but they make it sweet.
That just sounds sad.
Oh, I love rhubarb pie. Extra Century says I finally get to see Phil Cook.
Oh, that's Alexis.
Oh, what's going on, Alexis?
Adam Sandler movie?
Yes.
Is that Adam Sandler on there?
Yes.
Why says your wife's gonna be blessed?
Is he like an OP?
With no hashtag.
Yes. What happened?
Said why says your wife's gonna be blessed.
Oh, probably. I'm old school, so she's gonna be in the kitchen, and I'm gonna make fun of her every time she fucks up.
One amazing scene.
Old school.
As old school as possible.
It's a cameo scene.
And then I'll beat her.
That's old school.
Is that old school?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bang, zoom, straight to the moon.
Yeah. Bag of oranges, no leave any bruises.
Should we be laughing at this?
No. Absolutely terrible.
Actually, I should do this.
Alexis says he's gonna lurk while he does other things, and not to mind him. And are we going to ABGC?
I am.
Yeah, ABGC. What do you got, man?
New insurance card.
Cool. I just got my registration today.
You were worried about that, weren't you?
I was.
Registration for what?
My new car.
For what?
My new car. I've had the temp registration for a bit. Yeah. But it expires this weekend. I'm like, guys, just mail it to me. What's happening?
Did you buy the car or lease?
I bought it.
Finance?
Yep. Through a bank. I'm making the first payment tomorrow or Saturday, whenever I can get to the post office.
They already gave you the car without making a single payment?
Yeah, no, I put a down payment on it.
Oh, okay.
For the first official payment on it, besides that down payment. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, here comes the interesting. Hey Google, stop.
Thank you.
Boom, 2 points, I think.
You think?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it 2 points or 4 points if two players were involved in the point? They should give
I
me
think it's 1 point for each of us.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That would make basketball a way higher scoring game. You get more points based on the amount of players that touch it before it goes in the basket. A lot of passing.
2 types of gaming.
And you try to shoot closer to the end of the clock? That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That should be amazing.
That'd be great, right?
that might be a
I'm
different
the over
sport.
level.
Such an aggressive sport.
I'll do both.
A lot of
Depends on
steals, a
how
lot
I
of
feel on the
passing.
day.
My friend Ben, when we first got Command & Conquer in like 92, whenever it came out, we played the game, and I'm the kind of guy who would build 200 mammoth tanks before raiding the enemy base. My friend Ben takes one machine gun soldier and walks him in alone just to see what'll happen. I'm like, what are you doing?
I do both. It depends on the day for me.
It's incredible.
I always want to be over prepared.
I feel I was just prepared enough to make the boss of Dragon Quest XI exciting. Because I was on the edge. I was on the edge.
I was level 50 at the time.
I was about there.
But I did a lot of weird skill resetting, as you saw.
Yeah. I didn't do any of that.
I did weird tricks to try to get abilities I shouldn't have.
Min-max.
To
I'm like,
min-max,
fuck
yeah.
it, let's go.
I'm a min-maxer, yeah.
This is hilarious just because of how bad it is. Indie games in a nutshell.
Alexis is just here for the finished product. You wrote that a while ago. I'm slow to read. Alexis is in the chat. I don't know if you met him. Maybe you did. Spooky.
Yeah, enjoy it.
NCR7 wants to know if you played Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I'm assuming
have
if
not
anyone, you would be.
I have not yet. I like I said, I made my plans based around me getting it on Friday, not Wednesday. So.
Oh, it came out Wednesday? This Wednesday?
Well, no. It came out Friday, but since I ordered the Ultimate Edition, I got early access, which I didn't know.
Oh wow.
So they made sure because like it came in like right as I got to work. Like I got the text saying like, oh, your package is like, oh,
Nice.
that's
Nice.
But, like it's just sitting in my room.
I've been hearing good things about Spider-Man. I'm interested in that.
All I've been hearing about is photo mode.
You do?
Oh, you went and bought it?
I actually wanted to play it next week on Thursday.
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I'm down. I hear it's a really beautiful game.
You
Like, very
actually want to
cinematic.
do a stream night?
Yeah.
I'm up for it.
I could also do the Walking Dead game. Do the final chapter on the first final chapter now.
Oh, how many parts?
A Spider-Man photo mode lets you do things like that.
Oh, yo.
So
really?
he can do
He puts
gimmicks in the
himself
camera.
in the camera?
Yeah.
Or you can have the camera set up like somewhere. It's pretty sick.
Like I said,
Oh, yo.
Peter Parker's a photographer, so they made sure he had the best photo mode in
That's
any game.
really cool. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about the game.
Do you guys didn't get any drinks?
No.
I guess I drank too much of it yesterday.
So I just didn't get drinks.
It would have taken more time and we were already way behind schedule.
On schedule.
Shade.
Okay. Got it.
I thought you said dab it.
Dag nabbit.
Dag nabbit.
Just watch the sliminess off and like, this is so tedious. That made me Japanese.
How hard is it to get your PS4 out from your setup?
Kind of hard. Why?
Can you just remove the PS4 and not the cables?
Why?
Because I kind of want to play Tomb Raider tomorrow on your PS4.
I mean, I could still do it on your PS4 on my profile, and then cloud save it.
Yeah, but I want to play
Oh, you want to play Dragon
Quest.
Well, my PS4 is kind of holding other things. Sorry.
Nestled.
I kind of made my setup so that I didn't have to pick anything up.
NCR7
You
wants
mean
to
so
know,
that you couldn't
Yeah.
pick anything up?
Well, because I have like a monitor raiser on my desk, but it's too long for the desk, so it's going off of the desk. I have to put the PS4 on my nightstand so that it's high enough to so that I can hold it. Otherwise, it would just fall off my desk.
NCR7 wants to know what we're eating.
Food,
Somebody explain this to them?
mackerel,
Grilled mackerel, miso soup,
taro,
taro, which is like a
starch.
a starch,
And not potato.
and Japanese
Yeah.
pumpkin. Ah, very Japanese meal.
I guess this wouldn't take as long if I didn't make so many.
No,
Like, you want to feel them up with a single leg?
No, because I gotta move so much shit for that.
Can't feel the seal leg? Very slippery. I gotta remove that.
What time are we starting from?
Whenever I get home after I eat.
Should I boil it again? That was just I can't remember the technique it's called. You only boil something for a short period of time. Hard Yeah.
I didn't realize that also applied to something else that wasn't.
Oh, you do it with a. Also,
Okay, not after that.
I didn't say hard as well. It was hard.
Oh, I heard hard boiled. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like, wait, hard boiled is kind of
I was like, I never heard of hard boiling eggs.
blanching. I've heard of hard boiling egg.
The blanching involves vegetables.
Okay. Oh yeah. NCR 17 or 7. I'm sorry. Says that sounds disgustingly tasty.
It's going to be delicious. It's a lot of work, but I thought this would be interesting.
Order Ugar.
Order the bar.
I don't know what that means. Ugar.
Ugar?
Huh?
Ugar?
No, it's B-O-O-G-A-R.
Oh, I thought you said Ugar.
ERB. Mandy comes out today.
Yeah,
Very limited release,
Mandy.
though, from what I understand.
Herring is pretty good.
Yeah.
Herring is one of Nicolas Cage's best.
Yeah.
Which also means it's also his worst at the same time.
No.
That's hard work. That's history in the
He
making.
was in a movie called Left Behind.
Fuel for the game.
Is that bad?
The carbs to compete. And
Dude, your face is.
They don't even let him be crazy in it. Like, he wasn't even crazy in it.
So, just so you know, this is going to be the first year that SKT doesn't win. They didn't qualify for the World.
They didn't qualify? What?
Who's SKP?
That team that's won Worlds like 5-6 times in a row.
The Korean team.
One of the Korean
Is
teams.
Baker still on it?
Yeah.
And they didn't qualify?
Yep.
Wow.
So, how many are there in the world?
There's 3 from each country. Or, continent. No, country.
Continent. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's 3 from China, there's 3 from Japan, not Japan, Korea, there's 3 from the US, there's 3 from Europe, and then there's 3 wildcards. Or 4 wildcards.
So,
4 wildcards.
what were the 3 from Korea then? And they didn't get a wild card either?
Did a Samsung team make it?
The Samsung team broke up immediately and became another team. But they were all still together, and they're the ones who knocked out SKT.
Wow.
But they're not even number 1 in Japan right now.
Korea.
Korea. Oh my god.
It's all the Tara. Genji.
How long it's taking me to watch the car?
We have multiple sinks.
Yeah. I mean, technically we do, you know, in the bathroom. I trust the water in the bathroom more than I trust the water out here, actually.
I mean, they're going back in and being boiled again. Just wiping off sliminess. Or slipperiness.
Yeah, I know, but still.
But yeah, that's fair. I don't know what's going on with the water. Was it?
The water.
The water.
Yeah.
The water.
What about
I'm saying I don't know what's going on with it. Because if it's the same water that comes out of there or makes the ice, there's something funky going on.
just the pipes?
Yeah.
That's also why the dishwasher just doesn't. You just take it out immediately, otherwise if you let it sit, it's not right.
It stews.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it while it's hot. Just wipe it off. Wipe off the funk.
Way too slow.
Donuts!
All it does is tell you on screen when but you can do that when you talk to the lady in 10 seconds.
There it goes.
It's a pet ability. I've seen it.
Definitely. I don't think I have enough raw.
Hey, perfect.
I gotta add something to that. Other things. What's that? Hey, help me watch this.
Watch what?
Fucking table.
Honestly, I think the best pet ability is Soul Killer. Yeah. It's the only one that does more damage than normal attacks.
Electrolyte.
Who uses that?
It's Jade Silvando, the main character.
And what do you need for that?
You need for all of them to be pepped up.
No, I meant what abilities?
I don't know. You just need all of them to be pepped up. I don't know.
Pep the fuck up.
Certain abilities are not peps.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember unlocking it.
Depup them. Unpep them.
Like a skill tree, there'll be things that says pet juice.
I'm not sure what abilities you need, but Kit can see if he has it if it requires abilities.
A good one is also the one Serena has, where it heals your entire party because of like 88 damage per turn.
Yes, Serena does have some broken ones. She's a healer. Cheats.
Actually, what you call it? Chris apparently took her the route of using spears.
Oh, he makes her using fears? Oh, that's incredible. That little fighting machine. Claws, man. Claws. That's what I got.
I find shaved ice to be way too crushed ice to be way too useful at the crushed ice is the most casually I've seen in the game.
I just love how fucking when I keep her on auto, she kills fucking metal slime.
Yeah.
Like if I try it, no. But if she tries it, instant kill on a metal slime. Fuck that. I'm down for that. So.
Alright. It's white. Luna Tuna Fish says that's a lot of potatoes. It's not potatoes, it's taro.
Hey, how dumb do you feel? I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Ugh.
Yeah. There's no way you could have known that.
Not by looking at them. From my camera.
With your eyes.
Maybe if you're there and you touch them, you're like, oh, that's not potatoes.
I'm just very you.
I mean, you can definitely tell them they're unpeeled state. They're very fuzzy.
Yes.
Shmurda. Shmurda. Shmurda.
Shmurda!
Shmurda. Shmurda. Shmurda.
Okay. We got the macro. I gotta add mirror into that. I gotta start cooking that.
He basically plays a Captain Kangaroo or
We got mirror.
Mr. Rogers.
We're not gonna watch potatoes boil.
Actor, his older age, I think his wife dies. Now he's fed up on life and he's becoming an asshole to people. And they're like, "You're Mr. Rogers. You're not supposed to be an asshole to people." He's like,
Yeah. Should I move? Oh, you moved the camera. Yeah. I gotta fix the thing. It's very blurry.
What is it? adopt one step. It's very important for the skin for you to cut incisions in them so they don't, you know. Okay, so the skin, because of the amount of oil content, will curl up. And basically it'll start breaking through. So some tell you to do this. One big X. But some tell you to do this.
I think I've seen that one, Rob. I think I've seen enough cooking shows.
I wonder what's the best method.
I think I've seen these lines though before they've seen yet.
Oh, I'm supposed to be both sides. We'll find out together. I want to try both on everyone.
I had on broadswords, great swords, and then I realized that I needed to 6 attack, same amount of damage with axe and broadsword.
See, like these, I have to.
You have to do the lines.
Actually.
Little X's on each?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Well, like, the reason why I didn't do crossbows right now was because we already used two-handed. So I was like, oh, I don't need two two-handers.
The other,
Yes, you do.
His entire skill tree just gets useless if you use broadswords.
Yeah. Like, I like a lot of his shield abilities, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna put you on shields and give you an axe. And that's legit how it works.
Yeah, I've never cut myself.
It's good.
Jinx.
Huh?
Jinx.
Oh, please, no.
Cursed.
Curse.
Let me know when that starts moving.
Curse. Oh, the Zara?
Yeah. That's the water. I can't make it too hot or it'll basically melt.
Oh, no.
Yes. The word is dissolved, but I said that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard. Okay.
Should that go in the oven?
Grab this actually.
That guy's getting a full show.
I need you. Underneath it, you push it forward, because I'm going to be the other. But I can't touch it up and also outside. Okay.
I love how the butler.
No problem.
Serve on pizza. Serve.
I thought it was sir. Exactly, Jay. That's the whole point. Out of all the puns in this game, that would be terrible.
Yes,
Speaking of Cervantes, what do you think of his trailer?
he looked like Cervantes.
Good. He's got guns, swords,
I thought his trailer was both boring and involved.
guns.
Because he was just Cervantes.
Nothing special. Cervantes is pretty special. So do I.
Should I move the camera?
No, so we're going to be cutting that.
Like, are we?
Another reason I don't like part 3 is it kind of undoes all the characters of part 2. Especially with Hendrik.
Not really, but yeah. But that's what the quests are for.
Yeah, but he doesn't get that moment with his brother now.
I mean, you know, it's the capacity's there. It didn't break it
Yeah.
for you know. Make those hard decisions.
Hey Google, set timer for 15 minutes.
Alright, 15 minutes. Starting now.
Did it say 50 or 15? 15.
I heard 15.
So I said, and I was wondering if it further. Okay, how am I supposed to cut you off?
Check. Hey Google, how much time is left?
You've got 14 minutes and 33 seconds remaining.
Is that 15? Unless we just blacked out for 40 minutes.
Oh no, it's daytime now. Woo! Daytime! Daytime now!
Ah, they're boiling. Okay. I have a limited time to do what I need to do.
Oh, there. So they will dissolve in that?
Yeah, if they get too hot, they start dissolving.
Breaking down? Oh no. So is taro
Start passing me all that shit over there?
So is taro the drink based on the flavor of the
Yes.
taro? All of it, even the packaged stuff?
No.
Yeah, like, distance wise, I know where the fuck you are.
2 tablespoons.
Giant shirt.
Where do I leave this shirt?
And not MSG.
Yeah. I can't remember where I leave this shirt.
Up top, in the brown food?
Yes.
Hear that? That's respect being
You can
earned.
put that down.
That's hard work. That's history in the making. Fuel for the game. With carbs to compete and electrolytes to replenish. Nothing beats Gatorade. Buy now.
At Verizon, we get what it's like to
Is
live
it
in
teaspoon or tablespoon?
We are plans with friends. We just like your stores. Packed downtown, then moving to
Oh,
the
this is
village. Not
teaspoon.
sure where, so
No, second.
maybe a topless spot close to the subway. Finally, I word about the place. You
3.
better have service
That is
downtown
1.
to map it.
Living in New York deserves the best network.
3 teaspoons and a tablespoon.
Starts at only $4 a
3
month.
teaspoons and a tablespoon.
That's right. Talk, text, and stream all the shows and movies you want with 4 lines starting at just $40 a line per month. Not just unlimited, Verizon Unlimited.
It's that time of year again, back to school. This year, make sure to add the Epson EcoTank 4750 printer to your school supply list. It comes with enough ink right in the box to print for up to 2 years or 11,000 pages. Go to Epson.com/EcoTank Spotify to learn more. And until September 30th, get free overnight shipping with promo code EcoTank Spotify at checkout when you buy any EcoTank printer. Offer valid
Soy
within
sauce,
48
rice wine,
contiguous states. Exclusions
soy
apply,
sauce.
subject to availability. Cartridge-free printing with EcoTank. Never buy an ink cartridge again.
Mildly the Bureau of Smiles.
3, so 9.
Rice wine. Old lady surrounded by the evil.
What are you doing? You made it more blurrier.
Blurrier!
Blurrier! Blurrier!
There it is.
Where's the great time we thought?
Now this emerged.
Wow, it looks like a cool suit.
see on the street there might be an altercation. The only new character so far is Rowan Oswell.
Good all.
What? I'm saying the only new character so far is Rowan Oswell.
That's Daryl.
And Geralt. Yeah, you're right. With the seeds of piss.
I don't like sitting over there. My face is seen.
See the back of your fucking head?
Yes.
Put a camera mirror in front of you. Now you can see your face.
Then I can see my face. Yeah.
You can see the chat in the screen a little bit. You can't read it. No.
Luna Tuna Fish. I like that name.
What was that?
Huh?
What was that?
What? How's your death club?
Oh. That move sucks.
Death club?
In Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it does. It's too unreliable.
I always wondered why that move existed.
So that you can do it once, like make it succeed once, be like, yeah, I did it, and then you just never use it again because you're like, this really sucks.
Was it like a 1% chance?
Something like that.
It doesn't even work against bosses, so like that's the point. Yeah.
Like the one thing that you would want to use it for.
Doesn't work.
Like I understand if like you had to get to a certain HP range to make it work, but no, not worth it.
They have a similar spell in Dragon Quest, and it's called Thwack. I think that's a great name for it. Thwack.
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 So, Thwack.
I'm like, that's a great name for a one-hit kill. Thwack. And then one that affects the entire, all the monsters is Cuthwack. Oh, yeah. So.
Wait, that's their multi-spell name?
Yeah, they had Ka a lot.
I wonder what the Japanese name for it is. It's probably like
Donk.
some Japanese alliteration.
It's probably very simple. Like the ice spell is called Crack, and then it's Crack if it hits everyone. Yes, it's just sounds. It probably is just sounds in Japanese.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's some onomatopoeia.
Yeah,
but Japanese one.
What if it was onomatopoeia?
I'm
No, I'm saying if it was. That's the ultimate move name.
Onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
Onomatopoeia. And then
Like that's the round. It takes 2 minutes.
In the original Dragon Quest, it was very simple. You had a spell called Heal and a spell called Hurt, and that you can kind of understand what those do. And the stronger Hurt is hurt more. The stronger Heal is heal more.
Nice.
Yep. So like I know what those do by looking at them.
It's simple. Yeah. Don't need to make it complicated.
Yeah.
Oh man. Or yeah, if I ever make an RPG, I'm naming the move onomatopoeia.
Yeah, that's great.
That's the ultimate move. Onomatopoeia.
And you just get a bunch of voice actors to just
No,
make sounds.
No, yeah.
Crash, boom.
What you do is you go Deadpool on them. You make him say all those sounds and then take the speech bubble and then just, yeah.
Wow.
This whole exchange. I mean, wasn't that Deadpool's special in Marvel?
Where he grabs it.
Oh, yeah, with the health bar.
Yeah.
That's still pretty fucking awesome. Just take the health bar and whack with it.
Flamingo!
That dandy.
Sylvando's very feminine.
He's hilarious. I love him.
Yeah, he's great.
I love when he uses his spells on. He's like,
I love to snap out of it. Yeah. If you're confused or in love, he just slaps you.
You just got Shanghai, son. Oh God.
And he has a move where he shoots a heart at you, you know, like Yu Hakusho style, like with the
this guy.
and the heart comes out. It does a lot of damage. I beat one of the forms of the last boss with that move. I was so happy.
So much damage.
I was so happy. I beat one of the forms of the last boss with the heart move with Sylvana. I was so happy. I was like, love crackers all.
There's no reason for that move to do anything.
Because it's love, Jay. It's the most powerful of the 5 elements. Come on.
Yeah, man.
I still like Jade's version better though.
It doesn't do as much damage
No,
as
it
Sylvando's, though.
doesn't. No, it does not. Well, I've never had Sylvandos actually succeed in charming the enemy, though.
Yeah, but it usually kills the enemies before it charms them.
Jades actually charms enemies.
Yeah.
What are you doing to him? Oh my god, no. Oh my god, no. Why would you do this to your father?
What is he doing to his
Is
father?
it sexual?
No.
What is he doing to his father?
He's dressing him up.
Wow.
Is that worse or better?
Probably.
Depends. Oh.
Oh, I've seen this.
Wow.
Because Sylvando's the head of a parade troop where he's at. And he has a bunch of very effeminate male dancers. And he tricked his dad into looking after them.
Looking at him?
Yes.
No!
And
Look
then
at what
he-
he
oh, wow.
did to his dad!
Phil, you gotta come here.
I can't.
He can't, he's cutting. It's a lot of work.
Just to understand what's happening, just to look at the scene.
I love that instant backhand. And then she comes in.
Ridiculous.
Gun.
Then she comes in with the... I think it was a microwave or a toaster oven or something. I just love that instant backhand.
So good.
Is that a mango?
Come on, man. It's a potato.
Yeah,
Obviously, this is a potato.
It's a sweet potato, Jack. Come on.
In the shape
Look at that
of
color.
a C.
I know what potatoes look
Not right.
There's a great sketch. I forget where I saw it. I think it was Comedy Bang Bang. But you know how horror movies, like slasher horror movies, are built up like they have all day. This guy coming out with an axe or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a guy coming at them like with a gun, and they're really super surprised. And it's like, wait, but guns don't kill people. People kill people. It's like, no, this time they're wrong. And it's a possessed gun.
This is a gun. Wait, just a gun?
Oh, what?
It's a guy. No, the gun is controlling the guy.
Oh,
He's
okay.
forcing him to kill the gun.
I thought like the gun was just floating and just going after.
This summer, guns do kill people.
That is actually like a genius way to do that. It's like this nothing good is killing people.
It's a lute, it's not a guitar.
That gun would be like genius. You know, everyone would think, oh, it's this murdering psychopath.
You can't be a gun. You can't be a gun.
You dirty gun.
You dirty gun.
You are my daughter's wedding.
Yo, Anime Conservation
What
second
is
season's
this?
out.
I saw that.
This is kombucha, Japanese pumpkin.
Did you see that, Phil? What? Second season of Anime Crime Division came out.
I saw. I didn't see the episode, but I saw.
So good.
Oh,
They're airing them every Friday. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
No, get the Drew.
You can't be a gun. You can't be a gun.
I wonder if that line was ever said before that.
That's so good.
Just like in general, was that line ever said
I
before?
don't think so. You can't be a gun. You could.
Like, did somebody say that to Megatron?
Maybe.
Of course I can. Starscream. Pick me up. Fire me at them.
Starscream, stop trying to take over. Stop trying to kill me.
Starscream, I know I don't have legs right now.
Oh my god.
Walk away from me.
I know the moment you walk away from me, you're planning to kill me.
Starscream, I can be a gun. I wonder if we need more pumpkin than that, because it's not eating anything.
Why? Oh yeah, you didn't want pumpkin.
That's how I'm gonna shut myself.
That's the eventuality.
Well, boys. Looks like we got a Mexican standoff. Guess again, we got a sniper train on your position. Nice try. But I've had an unmanned drone on that sniper's ass. Me and the unmanned drone or a hacker just took over. Me and the hacker whose wife I just kidnapped. You mean the hacker's wife who just filed for divorce? Shit, that marriage is rock solid.
Hey Google.
Set timer for 15 minutes.
Sure, 15 minutes.
What's it even on?
Starting.
It wasn't on?
The light wasn't on. You know what?
Johnson. That's right. My top secret mission. Investigate you for corruption. Sorry, sir. Wait. What? You're investigating me? Who do you think you are, Blueberries? And who do you think I am? I don't know. Why don't you ask? You. No! That's impossible! Look at you two fools playing your cat and mouse games. But the truth has been in front of your faces the entire time. And behind mine. What happened? What? You were a gun for a second! What? No, I'm not a gun. What are you talking about? I'm only a gun. I'm not a gun. I'm a human being. Well, you're crying like a little gun. I'm killing everyone.
You're crying like a little gun.
Slow down, guys. All right, listen. Take a moment to figure out who's double-crossing themselves while dressed as each other. Okay? Does that sound good? Sound good? All right. Okay. All right.
Chalk.
Like kids side chalk.
You shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, you dirty gun.
Good line. Shut your mouth, you dirty gun. I love that he forgot where he had to go. You can't be a gun. Can't be a gun.
I like the description of the crime scene.
Who are those guys? One of them looks familiar.
He's in they were both in video game high school.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they made a movie called Dude Bro Massacre 3.
Don't know that.
Oh, it's so good. But they have they had a YouTube channel back before Vines called 5 second videos.
Oh, they're 5 second videos?
Yeah, they're from that too. But all those people, like the 5 second videos guys, the Collider guys, the Rock Jump guys, they all went to college together. So.
Should make this bigger. Big pieces.
I shouldn't move the camera. Dang. So, Kit, now you officially have Silvando?
Yeah.
Cool.
But before you had it on picking?
Yeah, he needed to work out his
Daddy issues.
Papa!
That's not a joke. He
Papa!
actually had to work out his daddy issues.
Daddy's boy?
He wasn't a daddy's boy.
Father.
Oh.
His father disowned him when he decided to be a prancing pretty boy instead of a warrior.
You didn't disown him. He just like you better complete what you set out to do because he's a knight.
No. Yeah, and he returned without doing so.
I know.
Pops was pissed.
I mean, he's really strong though.
Wow, that was a lot of
Oh,
experience.
what was his goal? Bring smiles to the world?
Yes, that it was his goal.
That's his goal. He wants to make everyone happy. But there's some buzzkill named the Dark Lord making that not happen.
Fuck buzzkill
He's
over
such
there.
a buzzkill.
Oh man, got
I mean, he at least brought happiness to 2 towns.
Yeah. No, that's why I was happy that I beat one of the forms of the last boss with Sylvando using the heart attack on the yes. This is canon. He kissed he shot Yu Yu Hakusho style spirit gun a heart at him. He charges up with a dance. Not that they did that in Yu Yu Hakusho. They could have.
He should have.
You're right.
No, you're not.
He should have.
He shouldn't have. Oh, Yu Yu Hakusho.
200? Wow. I was like, your phone has a setting for that? Holy shit.
200%. Somehow my phone like was set to be at battery saver mode at 99%, and I'm like, why? How did you do that?
Hey Google. Hey Google. Hey Google, how much time is left? Hey Google. How much time is left?
T minus 8 minutes and 31 seconds.
That can be right. Hey Google. Stop timer.
Why wouldn't it be right?
Hey Google. Set timer for 15 minutes.
Sure, 15 minutes. Starting now.
Because I put it back in there, and it was super cold. So I didn't turn on the oven. So it must have been ticking down when it wasn't heated. So I set it when it was over here.
I thought you already did that though.
I did, but I didn't account for how long it takes to heat up an oven.
Yeah.
That's complicated.
This is so much salt. Good miso though, makes sense. Why is this gluten free? I want my seaweed to have gluten in it, please.
Go ahead.
I want my miso soup to have gluten in it. This is just more than seaweed.
I want my gluten to have gluten in it.
That could be arranged.
Yeah.
If I knew how to make pure gluten, I would do it.
Concentrated.
Concentrated
100% pure.
gluten. Yeah. Spread it on bread. Just OD on gluten.
Even more pure.
Make a gluten spread.
That actually sounds disgusting. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
A gluten spread.
A gluten spread?
Yeah, for bread. Double the gluten. I have the opposite of an allergy. I have a deficiency. I need extra gluten. Is he saying slap me?
Let me in.
Oh, I hear it.
Actually, we have definitely witnessed Taro melt when it disappeared in a fucking hop-up. That and Pumpkin. They both like, they were like, where'd it go?
No, the pumpkin you were finding traces of. But yeah,
Yes,
the taro.
Taro like
What they
disappeared.
told us, yeah. We definitely had like.
It's a potato that melts?
Yeah, it dissolves. But it's sweeter. Have you ever had taro flavored anything?
I don't know what taro is.
Oh, I guess you don't drink bubbles.
Actually, you
right?
can see it starting to happen.
Oh wow. I like the color too. Oh, that is cool. The golden brown outside. I like that a lot. I think they're making the same thing twice.
Batman with a Texas accent.
What is it like? You're making what?
Same thing twice. Tastes like. Okay.
Thank you. Just kind of. That's pretty good. Be careful.
Be careful.
I can't believe Bojack's already coming back.
It's a very mushy potato. What?
It definitely has a deeper flavor profile than potatoes. Potatoes are very bland, especially just.
Fine. A very mushy sweet potato.
Sweet potato. The difference between potato and sweet potato are about the same as the difference between this and or like they're kind of in the same family, but they're completely different texture.
Yep.
Can I take one?
Sure.
It's increasingly sadder every time
I was just confused with like what you were doing at first. I'm
I'm
like,
stretching my taint, okay?
Stretch your tank.
You ever seen a good old taint stretch?
Nope.
now I have.
I've seen new school's tank stretch.
I thought you were about to lie and say no.
Wow.
It says to use yuzu, but you don't have yuzu.
What is yuzu?
It's a Japanese lemon.
Japanese lemon or Japanese citrus? Citrus.
It's a lemon profile.
Oh, I forgot. I was trying to see if I don't move, will it go directly there, and the wind made it go.
It just it flipped right out. Laputa. Definitely starts with an L.
La pizza.
La puta. Now it's really all I hear now.
That miso does smell good.
Miso that I had.
I think it's the car you're smelling.
Yeah, that's a pumpkin smell.
Ah, the pumpkin. Ah.
What if you can't smell the
Oh, it
pumpkin?
smells like a lot of soy sauce.
You smell like something called dashi. It's a bonito fish stock.
Oh, well, it smells delicious.
It is delicious.
Starting salary is over $55,000 while in the academy, and increases to over $60,000 after 18 months. Other benefits are also available. Click the banner to join our team today.
Fuck the banner.
I'll do it later.
Okay.
Don't rush me.
Alright. I won't.
You can. I mean, I don't care.
I won't. Because I can, doesn't mean I will.
Cool.
Teach you the right code. That last 1%.
Those eyes.
That was legislature building. The house with the confidence walls. AGV. In theaters September 21st.
Capital One presents Congress finalizing the Louisiana Purchase.
What's in her eyes?
Skyrim.
Oh shit, no.
It's Connor and what's his name? From Detroit.
Oh.
He's like, we can pass the time by playing some games. I have blackjack and 20 questions and Skyrim. He's like, how the fuck we would play Skyrim in the car? Todd Howard, you did it again.
With fucking Skyrim and the androids. God damn it.
These Tomb Raider death photos with the smiling is fucking creepy, man.
It's too much.
It's so creepy. Oh, so Phil, in the new Tomb Raider game, the photo mode lets you change her facial expression after the photo. It's so creepy.
Smile as you die.
Oh, look at guts.
Yeah.
Where am I seeing that? Huh? Where am I seeing that?
There's a spear through her,
yeah.
and then in here it's just. I just find that like bizarre. This one's a bit more easy to tell. Apparently, the Mary Jane sequence in Spider-Man is not up to people's expectations.
Thank you.
It really absorbs that lemon. I barely taste it. A significant amount.
I imagine you absorb whatever flavor you put on there.
Absorbs and then distills? Like,
Is there a sauce with this?
There's not a sauce.
Okay. So I imagine that would absorb a lot of that.
I mean, the whole thing's the sauce.
Right. You also then,
I really do hope that it's Tom Nick is the mayor. This seems so amazing.
Tom goes to the mayor
No, Tom Nick is the mayor. Yes, I hated that show.
with Tim and Eric. I hope they're in Animal Crossing. Hell yeah.
But Tom Nick being the mayor sounds hilarious.
It does seem appropriate.
Like, I wonder if that's canon. It's just like the mayor and like the villager and the village is gone because they're in Smash Brothers.
We just link it together. Unofficial
The-
sequel.
That would
Side
actually be kind of hilarious.
Hey Google, how much time is left?
2 minutes and 48 seconds left.
I think this is the latest we're eating.
It is, but it's the latest I've gotten here for like a complicated meal.
to get plates. So just for using normal plates.
Like, keep
I'll clean my own plate. That's not my plate. Or it could be. It could be my plate. You never know.
Watch, this is the worst meal we've ever had.
That just means practice. That means we have to eat it week upon week and just consistently improve upon it. I'm fine with that.
Not everybody's fine with that.
Huh?
Not everyone's fine with that.
I know. I know. Oh.
Oh, I love this one.
Time's up. Hey Google, stop timer.
Anybody in the chat?
Not since Luna Tuna Fish, unless you guys are scrolling, but no, Luna Tuna Fish just said that's a lot of potatoes a while ago. Unless the chat is broken.
broken.
Kid broke it.
Yep, that's right.
With his indifference.
Killed me.
Who killed you? What happened?
I don't know. I'm in the ocean somewhere. Okay.
Oh, you're there. Okay, I get that. I know where you are. In the ocean. What are you looking for?
Oh, over here.
That's about. That Katamari Damacy?
It is definitely Katamari. Damacy.
Oh, yeah, I get it. These cats are very coordinated.
They're so perfect and consistent. The trumpets got me.
A little cat trumpets. They're very round cats. Someone's been overfeeding that cat.
Again, plump.
Very spooky song.
I'm very scared. It's not October yet. Come on.
I want to die with you, maybe want to drown with you. Oh my god.
There's a fucking hole open in this. Okay, well, I'll deal with that.
This one open too. Why'd you just do it over the thing?
It's 2 blocks away. It's very bizarre.
That was very bizarre. A lot of fun stuff.
Is that seaweed?
Yeah. I was trying really hard not to use the paper towels. Wait, are they all your turn?
I don't know where they are.
I don't see any. I mean, just use the broom.
I was trying if that's there, even though I was not going to.
I really only remembered it was there today because I used it.
I haven't used a broom in like a decade. They use a vacuum zoom. Oh, a spider came out of the broom.
Kill it.
And then put it back where it belongs.
In the garbage.
Talking to fucking.
There's so much Final Fantasy.
He's like, nobody uses this shit. What's happening? What's happening?
Like, this is my home, you heathens!
What, now you want to use it? Fucking.
I'm like, we're gonna fight! Shit.
I don't want to fight these spiders, man. They got so many arms.
Their legs.
That's true.
Limbs.
Kind of just.
See, like,
And
you'd probably be scared of fighting somebody with like 8 arms. Won't you be afraid of fighting somebody with 8 legs? That sounds like he's a handicap.
I'd be afraid of racing someone with 8 legs.
Like, when is it an arm and when is it a leg?
When it has a hand at the end.
Yeah.
And like, our feet are kind of hands.
They're not.
What about like gorillas? Their feet are kind of hands.
That's true. That's when the lines are blurring, man.
But not even gorillas. You're thinking more like chimps,
Yeah,
monkeys, gorillas.
yeah.
I mean, sure, their feet are more hand-like than ours, but they're not even the most hand-like of appendages that monkeys have.
I just love all of the I just love all of the like images of how
No, it just took a long time.
not being like switched in every other Final Fantasy.
That is great.
I think it's hilarious. But yeah, I'll probably get 10 and 10-2 again because I've already bought it like 4 times by now.
I just care about the new one. Yeah, I've already played most of the like 7, 9, 10, 2.
Like I'm gonna get 10 and 10-2 because that's the first one I played.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. 15 I played.
Because the Chronicles was at it, and then like 7 is like I don't care about War of Final Fantasy.
It's cool that they're making the options for the Switch though. That's cool. More games on the Switch, man. It's a popular console. Like the Wii was a very popular console, but there's no games for it. Like no support at all.
Okay.
Oh, the Wii sold like gangbusters, but
Gangbusters!
it's super gimmick, you know?
Yeah. I do like how like Nintendo's like stick with the Switch every time. They always have that clap sound and stuff. I'm like, it's so cheesy.
But it works.
It works.
Because you want when you're playing, you want to hear that click to put in the dongles.
They do.
The dingle dangles.
And like as much as some people hated it, that fucking Wii would like to play, so like it worked. It was everywhere for a while.
Wii U was just silly. That was.
Wii U was dumb, but no, the Wii like when the Wii was coming out.
Yep, yep.
Like, those commercials blew up.
Wii would like to play.
I still like the name Revolution though.
I remember that. From the code names. Yeah.
They made it so that you can say it in every language.
Wii. Yeah,
It
makes sense.
It means something in every language.
But I'm saying the Wii sold like crazy.
Yeah.
It was one of the highest selling consoles.
It might have to do with the name.
Yeah, absolutely.
So simple.
Even the fucking parents would remember that shit.
Wii. So simple. That's what really like Nintendo is about. And then they did Wii U and just, you know, made everything confusing.
We had to repeat the success.
Yeah. Like, I understand the message of Wii U, but they didn't account for the confusion it would cause.
I mean, I'm glad the Switch is doing well, and it has support from third parties, which is big for Nintendo.
Actual support this time instead of like when they said, oh yeah, we get all this support, and then they all drop out.
They all drop out. Yep. But a mobile console is genius. That's not, you know, Game Boy, Vita.
Am I supposed to drink it?
Soup. It's soup.
Yo, food's done.
Put it in a mug so it's little.
You've never drank soup out of mine?
No.
You can't say that anymore.
Drink it. Yeah.
I can't say that if I don't drink it!
Well, fucking do it so you can't say it. Expand your horizons.
I'm gonna grab a bowl.
Why did you just grab a spoon? Why would you make it so difficult?
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, because then I'm still drinking it out of the mug.
Damn it. I almost got it.
New experiences.
That's super common for like white people, so I thought that you'd be all about it.
No,
Is it?
my family.
Eating out of a cup?
Not my family.
Drinking a mug of soup.
I've never.
I'm gonna have some chicken noodle soup.
Like maybe like cup noodles, but like.
True.
I think the only
Like
instance I can
Campbell's?
say that I've done it is cup noodles.
Like Campbell's?
I mean, not out of the cup. I put it in a bowl. Even in the ones that is made to be in a cup, I was like, fuck that. Put it in a bowl.
Even the ones that come as a cup? It's
Yeah.
like a cup of soup that you put in the microwave? Yeah. Fuck this shit.
Put it in a bowl.
That cup ramen shit? Nah. Bull ramen.
Yeah, cup noodles is the only thing I've ever actually eaten out of a cup. Now that I think about it.
Fucking bull ramen.
I make bowls.
You see? Kid makes bowls.
You can do separate?
What about strombolies? I like those.
Yeah, you strum them though. You have to strum them.
Like a guitar or a
Yeah.
harp.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, scramblies.
I've actually never had macro before, so this is
Neither.
gonna be anything.
Not gonna be able to say that again!
Yeah. Have you
So
had
it's gonna be
had
anything.
soup in a cup?
I've had soup in a cup before, yeah.
It's a kit. Must be
Super
a
normal.
kit.
So it seems like a not white thing then.
Seems normal.
Seems normal, man.
For not white people.
Dude, it's a liquid. You can cups are made to transport liquids.
No, I'm not like
You are.
I'm not arguing
Yeah.
against the logic
You already
behind it.
Too late. You can't unargue. You can't de-argue. You can't change your mind. That's not how this works.
The
Once you
internet-
made your mind once, who wants the whole one?
I'll take the pieces.
I'll take some pieces.
Finalizing the
I guess I
Lamborghini
will.
purchase.
And take the next one.
Take the
They all have individual X's on them.
pieces. And I'll take the head.
There's no head.
Oh, dang it.
Cut off the heads, man.
Then go back and get.
The forks!
I want to see it.
Can I have more plastic forks as well?
We have plastic stuff, right?
I believe so.
I don't think, because last week we ran out.
Remember, they're bones.
We have like,
Even in the individuals?
I guess maybe go force what?
And small pieces too?
Yeah.
Cool.
Is that cool?
I like it.
Find that cool. Is that what you meant to say?
I think it's pretty sweet.
we have these. They're different.
I see. Oh, I'll take the tiny ones. Those are like cake forks.
Yeah, they're different.
I'll take one. I'll take a clear one. I want to see what I'm eating.
I mean, it'll be on top of what you're eating. So.
Feel free to drink the soup while I'm preparing this.
Okie dokie.
So I can just like eat this fish. I don't do anything to it.
There's definitely bones. Like, there's
Oh yeah, you said that.
spinal cord.
So like try to eat around the bone.
You can just open it up from there's an opening at the bottom. So you just open it up like this and take out the bone. Super duper easy. It is not difficult.
But is it? No, some of it already broke off.
The bones are big enough that they're detectable. It's not like you'll open it up and be like, what in the cock?
What in the cock?
I don't think I've said that for either before.
Fish cock?
Smash cock. Cock or smash.
So is Kanye's video really that weird?
Yes.
Is it?
I haven't seen it, but I kind of want it.
It's weird.
Is it? Like,
And box people.
yeah, box people. Yeah.
I think I like that. Slap me.
Slap me.
I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Take a kid.
Okay.
That has just Tara.
That's just hard.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Just put it over, whatever.
So these are all bones. It's like, well, it's like in the spine, like.
All the bones should be attached to the spine.
Yeah, but
Some
like,
of them fall off.
I had like a whole, like along the whole thing. I think they're all there. Like I took out the spine, but I don't know.
The centerpiece you shouldn't probably.
Yeah, you just grab like.
Yeah, I
this
did
right
that. I
here.
already have that. So what I'm saying is, on the outer rim, there's these like veiny things.
Eat them.
Oh God, it's tearing up the inside of my mouth.
It's tearing up my spine. That's how it works. You attack his spine, it attacks your spine.
Yep. An eye for an eye, spine for a spine.
Tooth for a spine.
Yeah.
I killed him.
I almost forgot.
What? Rice?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Here. Please. Here, I'll give you something to put your bones on. Here, just throw all your bones on this.
Hell yeah.
And then I guess I'll continue doing what they do in Japanese and give you a small separate thing of rice.
A little rice bowl thing that's perfectly spherical.
There you go. It's not even perfectly spherical. Or from that.
Perfectly box. Should do that. What? Just make it in a perfect box.
That's that one place though. It's a Malaysian place. I think it's a box. Oh no, it was a pyramid.
Ah.
The Malaysian place was good. We should go back. Even though it was a bit pricey.
Pyramid of rice.
But the food was good.
Oh yeah, I heard there were good competitors right near there that make it like put it in the shade because of the price.
I feel like this is better with a spoon. I'm gonna grab a spoon.
Welcome. You're starting. You're at the threshold. You're at the doorstep. Changing over to spoons entirely.
Does anyone else want a spoon?
Thank you. I just take a piece of taro.
Those are yours.
And he just
Those are
like
mine.
eats it.
Can I put rice in this? You could. Because there's a sauce in there. When I see sauce and rice, I'm like, I should combine these things.
Never thought of maybe not.
No.
It's too late. You already did so. You know.
I didn't.
Not tonight. Maybe next time.
Oh, hell yeah. And there's rice in it. You knew.
I listen.
Thank you.
It's almost like, you know, he knows you, like he's a friend or something.
What the?
We're gonna engage this world.
Who said it had to be gay?
I just did.
How would you take a gay shit? Would you have to fuck me ass first?
Yes.
Okay.
Or like,
It's a gaping thing.
Okay. Oh, I get it. I get it.
Now you get it?
Now you're painting a picture.
is that something like as you're doing it?
Yeah.
Is that how you make it?
This is a.
That was a gay shit.
This is what Japanese people do. They fucking multiple.
What, gay shits?
Well, the gay ones, I guess.
Yeah. There's so many different things.
Oh yeah, man.
Welcome to Japan.
I'm used to like 3 things at most.
Yeah, but now you have a lot of things. Jeep and
A lot, I don't know.
Jeep and meal.
Oh man.
Just do a Gerda. Just eat the whole fucking thing.
Just inhale it.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if that's healthy.
What's healthy?
Hey, NCR7 is back.
What's that?
What do you think of Battlefield 5? I have no idea Battlefield 5 was a thing. I don't really follow Battlefield.
I stopped caring about Battlefield after 4. Something about it was just off.
What's 5 gimmick?
Online only.
Really?
Yes.
Are they doing Battle Royale like everyone else?
Yeah.
Super good.
I think it's World War II like theme.
This is like mine and Mike's like favorite thing.
For the hot pot? Hell yeah.
It's okay.
I love it. It is very good.
Oh, it's sealed itself. My thing sealed itself.
Mine has a little fin on it. I like it.
Like it's in general.
I'm not gonna eat the fin. It's pretty spiky.
Yeah. It actually like I felt like it like scraped me.
Yep.
As I like brushed my arm on it. I'm like, oh!
Like,
I almost got it. Come back here.
Like I need to kill you after I'm already dead.
I definitely remember going fishing as a kid.
Yeah. Not getting anything.
No, I did catch something.
No, that's why I remember.
Yeah.
And I touched the live fish. I'm like, this is much sharper than I thought it was.
Like its body, like you
because
don't-
I touched it and it moved and one of the fins scraped me. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why are fish so sharp?
Why are fish so sharp?
I was very distressed.
I can tell now. He's trying to defend himself.
So I'll never miss an opportunity to eat a fish.
Just to get revenge?
Yep.
Scrape me. Avenge. Destroy you. I can tell you right now, I'm not finishing all of this. I can feel it. Are you
Smaller than a Japanese man.
Yes.
He is kind of small.
I made a lot.
Yeah. A lot.
These were bigger than that.
I am enjoying the taro.
Have you tried the pumpkin?
Oh, yeah.
Oh man,
That's in terms of consistency and flavor, they're like brothers and sisters.
I feel this is a little sweeter.
Brothers and sisters.
This is sure.
So I just before I accidentally like picked them.
Oh,
So I have one over here.
I like when the bones come out easy. I like when the bone comes out easy.
I could just scrape these off, but it's just annoying if they're all there.
Pepperonis, there's no salad. Oh man.
I mean, we can make all this into a salad.
This is all salad. Every part of this is a salad.
Yeah. We can just put it all together, make a salad.
Put it in one bowl. So it's mackerel, rice, taro, pumpkin.
And it's soup. use the darn jet. I just realized the easiest way to do this is to bend it. Because it'll all pop up.
I was just running my spoon across.
I did that and then I found the second layer of bones and I was like,
Second layer of bones. I've already eaten so many bones in!
It's fine.
maybe I just had a mutant.
Eating bones ain't no big deal, as long as they don't stab me.
Well, then they're a big deal.
Someone's waving from the window. I don't believe you. Or do I believe you?
Wait, you
I think that's a reflection.
Yeah, probably.
You think that's a window?
Oh, window.
Yeah, it's not a window.
It's painting.
What?
Every frame a window.
It's a painting.
Oh yeah.
It's a good YouTube channel. Except he uploads one video every 6 months.
Yeah. I think he actually works in like film and stuff, so.
What is it, an analyzer?
Every frame a painting.
I definitely said every frame window.
Every window a frame.
First window enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Window lover.
Whoa. It opens.
Yep.
That's what I do. It was so much easier when it was just smaller pieces.
This is it?
Do it less bones at a time.
Well, you can take the whole spine out and then just, like I said, I'll just throw my spoon across.
So.
But, oh, that's yours. I know. I'm just going through it piece by piece. I'm gonna grab water. Do you guys want?
Yes, please.
No, I'm good.
Want one, Jay?
What?
Water.
Sure.
Fish. What?
Well,
Thank you.
Mackerel is quite flavorful. I'll see if I can find mackerel fillet next time. Let them do the work. But that's also a Japanese thing, being able to eat something slowly and patiently. Well, else we're like, fuck the bones. Somebody's from the window, he said he wants fish.
fish.
We've never eaten fish before. That's 7%. Holy shit.
What are you doing, man?
Playing that music.
Yeah.
Just gonna run it until it dies.
No, just charge it.
At Boar's Head, when it comes to school lunch, there are a few things we know for sure. Sandwiches taste better when someone else makes them, and when they're made with Boar's Head products. For 113 years, parents have been asking for us by name, because we only use the finest ingredients and nothing else, putting extra care into everything we make, because that's what you do too. Welcome back to school, parents. Boar's Head. Ask for it by name.
Fort Lauderdale, Miami-Dade, Source, Mexico City, Chicago, Brussels, Zurich, San Francisco, and 124 others we didn't have time for, but that's what happens when you have more destinations out of New York City than any other airline. Still, keep climbing. Based on Blue Year 2017 schedules for JFK and LaGuardia, and including our connection carriers and other carriers regional and contract leads.
Here we are. Louisiana. Well, let me stop here. It's out now on Spotify. Be sure to check it out now and make sure to add it to your playlist.
Hey, I know we just met, but I gotta tell someone about the day that I just had on Xbox Game Pass. It was so intense.
Stop adding me!
So
weird.
But it's crazy goals in
ad.
Rocket League and help save a planet from the locust horde. With Xbox Game Pass, you get
Talking to me like a real person.
$9.99 a month, so your options are just endless. Anyway, I'm gonna try being a farmer.
I mean,
or
the attachment at this point.
a hitman. See ya. Learn more at Xbox.com/Game Pass today.
Got a Game Pass.
So you can play old games?
Hell yeah.
Well,
You just started meowing at me.
what are you going to?
You're meow, 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 meow.
I did too. I think there was a cat there. And he got caught.
I heard it too.
I think there's a producer in Korea that suggests a cat in a business suit.
Yes.
Business cat? Yeah.
There's still a cat there.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
That's definitely a cat. It's saying meow.
But they don't even say meow in Japanese. They're only in Korea.
That's the cat saying meow.
It could be. It's an American cat.
No, he's saying it in
Or
Korean. It's meowing in Korean.
I mean, it makes the shit look easy.
Oh yeah, it's a very good amount of practice. I sit there and really think about it.
And what's the size of the meal he's making?
So you only had one fish. I thought the fish was too small at first. I'm realizing that I probably could have just done some more fishing. Instead of these, you had vegetables. But the rest of the meal is about the same. I think the kid doesn't make or not the Taro only had like maybe 5 of them. Basically, I thought that it was too small for our American guts. Oh, hey, look at that. This one only has fucking one layer of bones. That first one I had like 2 or 3 layers of bones. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
There's a bony guy, a bony fish.
Wait, nothing there.
Ha.
That was free. That was safe.
I wouldn't mind this, but if we'd used a different fish as well, the extra work. Like the mackerel's not bad at all. It's pretty good. Just having to go through and fucking kill the goddamn fucking pin bones every 20 seconds. You gotta take a bite.
You gotta be able to patiently eat your food, like Japan.
Glorious Nippon.
Japan. Glorious fucking.
I'm not gonna lie, I think I lost my appetite because it took so long.
That was my
That is so opposite of what I thought you were gonna say.
Oh. What did you think I was gonna say?
Working hard supposed to build up.
But you didn't like it.
No, I like it.
You have schedules for your stomach?
I mean, like, kind of like a general schedule. We usually eat like 2 hours ago.
Yeah. Well, usually I don't arrive at like 7:30.
We arrived at like 7.
I think it was later.
I think it was 7:15. Split the difference. I don't know the time, but I think it was at
Compromise? What is this? What are we?
You know what? You should eat the bones.
Do it. Be a man.
Huh?
Who's got their car keys on them so we can rush to the hospital when he needs it?
And you know, blood starts pouring out of his mouth.
Anus. Right next to my hemorrhoid.
Oh, you just swallowed them whole and now you're just gonna let your body take it? Okay.
Well, if we take him to the hospital, that'll give me time to change my flight.
Not open.
Huh?
They're not open.
No, I got my registration. Before I got here, I got my registration.
Oh, you said change your place, you mean the one in your truck?
Yep.
I thought you were going to go get new plates. I'm going to break into the DMV.
I mean,
man,
I don't think it's
breaking in. I don't think I've ever heard that before. Breaking into the DMV.
You have no
skip the lines.
Just be sitting in there from the start.
like they walk in, it's like, what are you doing here? I'm being proactive.
First in line. Fuck everybody else. Sir, you can't be inside the
No, the line starts there. There's like an actual sign that says line starts here.
Yeah.
And there's somebody outside already, so you're like,
You're second. Like, sir, you gotta leave. And then get online.
I barely felt this box.
Hopefully.
Famous last words. 4 hours later, we get a call from the hospital.
I'm trying to cut myself with a bone. It's not working. They're just.
But you felt it?
They're flexing. No, I'm taking bone from here and I'm just putting it in my mouth and trying to like stab my tongue with it. And it's just like crushing and flexing. I don't think that these are.
The ones stuck in, the ones attached to the spine are sharp.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like the secondary bones, the ones that
I'm
are like.
still not taking that risk.
Yeah, these spinely ones that I have all over this fish.
Yeah, like I'm taking this, I'm putting it in my mouth, and I'm trying to like squeeze it between like my roof and my tongue to see if it hurts me. That's huge.
I just gonna tear up my sphincter.
Hell yeah.
The sphincter.
I barely know it.
Ooh, that one doesn't make sense.
I know it does.
I use it. Doing the tactics you didn't know her. Most crimes happen to somebody you know.
That's true.
So, you did know her.
So that means if you never want to get into an altercation, never introduce yourself, no matter how polite the other person is.
Hi, what's your name? Oh, that's the melted blood tournament.
Yep. They don't want to get fight.
Wait, what happened? At a melty blood tournament?
Way back.
Can you explain it to him?
They were possibly the most unsociable people I've ever seen. And that's
So
saying a
yeah,
lot.
not the melting blood players. Yeah, the anime players in general were like that back in.
No, but
So it's talking about a specific.
he'll actively web with someone to shake his hand and they'll say hello, and that guy's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like,
Wow.
holy shit!
I was so confused because it happened 2 times in a row.
And I was like,
Like 2 different people?
Yeah, I was like, that's abnormal. Okay, so I went with somebody else.
It's very fucking strange.
I was just sitting there like, is this? Am I being punked right now? Is this a prank?
I mean, wait, why did you go up and say like hi to them, shake their hand?
First time ever going to a multi-blood tournament.
Well, they were probably like, what is fucking this weirdo just walking up to people shaking their hands?
Could be. I came from SoCal where everyone was friendly. I went to anime, and I knew a few people in the anime scene.
I mean,
Lord Knight came up
were
with
friendly.
Yeah, Lord Knight came up with like, they're just like this. No, it's okay. It's normal. And I'm like, how is it normal?
I can see Lord Knight just like his like man. Just,
Don't worry about it. It's okay.
and his good posture. He always has like good posture.
He was sitting there like, what the fuck? How is this real? I'm gonna tell you, tell him that somebody's checking out his posture. Somebody really liked your posture.
Yeah.
I worked on him.
Oh, there's a paper towel.
Hey,
There's like 2.
that's still the requirement of paper towels.
Yeah, man.
There's actually 2.
Put it back to waste them.
There's actually like I just said 2, just like pulling a number, but there was actually 2.
I don't think I finished my towel.
I don't think anybody can finish everything.
Oh really?
You got less.
You're right.
Get a second serving of fucking Taro. To make up for the.
It's very filling.
I barely had half of everything. Barely.
I had to
Not
finish
even.
it
Like just
eventually.
my macro was like.
The last piece I kind of mangled.
I was more about the tolerance. So.
All the things and ingredients and all the shit we bought and it's still only $9 per stuff.
That's impressive.
This is what are you gonna do with all this? I got a whole
later.
later.
You can eat that later.
I couldn't.
I'm sure that if you like heated that up, that would still be delicious.
Yep. Go over it with a small vacuum cleaner, like a duster buster.
Yeah.
Suck out the bugs.
Yeah, just clean it out. Yeah.
Should we even play one game?
I mean, we really only have time for one game.
I mean, you gotta set up, get the table out.
Man, that takes like 3 minutes to set up.
I also have to break everything down.
Yeah.
Usually takes way more than 3 minutes.
I mean,
Are you
that's
able
if
to-
you're gonna stream it.
Yeah, we don't have to stream it.
That's true.
Alright. Would you like to try anything before we finish up?
I have a whole macro to do, so.
I too have pretty much a debone macro if you want.
I guess I'll taste the mackerel.
It's really good. Salty fish.
I like salt.
Just watch out for
Thank you.
I like mackerel a lot.
Tastes like tuna.
That's a good thing.
Tuna's a good fish.
I feel it's a tastier tuna.
Holy mackerel.
Or maybe
Definitely a
I just
saltier tuna.
I definitely like it better than tuna.
Tuna to me is dry,
I
so
like-
it's a not dry tuna.
I don't like tuna that much, so.
Did you not like mackerel?
No, I like the mackerel.
Or did you not think it tasted like tuna?
I can taste the tuna of it, but it definitely tasted better than tuna.
That's why we have to mix tuna with mayo, so it's not dry. That's why when we get cans of tuna, we don't get tuna, we get white pike.
Right.
Because it's better than tuna.
Juicier.
So just so you know, this is mackerel bite.
Ah, perfect.
Oh, that's probably why I think it tastes like tuna.
'Cause you're used to that
The
taste.
tuna I always eat is pike.
Yeah, the Japanese mackerel is mackerel bite. They had like 5 kinds of mackerel there. And I had to like sit down and research what the fuck. Like, get mackerel. Which one?
Even when we get gefilte fish, we
Gefilte?
get pike.
I don't even know the real word.
Gefilte fish?
Does filter fish?
Sounds like a made up Jewish word.
Hey, Chris
All
Tucker
words are
can
made
say
up.
it. Chris Tucker can say it, so I feel bad. Gefilte fish.
Chris Tucker?
Yeah, it was the outtakes for Rush Hour 2.
Holy
On
shit.
the plane.
It's amazing.
I don't think I've seen the other.
He's trying not to order the chicken on the plane.
Yeah.
Because of the joke.
Right.
I believe at the end of the first movie, they had outtakes on the plane, and he's like, just because I'm black, you think I want to get the chicken? So in the second movie, he's trying to order the gefilte fish.
The gefilte fish?
Did he just say give me the fish, or just say give me the damn chicken?
What?
Did he say give me the just because he can't pronounce it?
No, it's outtakes. So he's constantly trying to spell it, and the PA is yelling at him over and over the correct way to spell it. To say it.
Gefilte fish.
Gefilte fish. Gefilte fish.
Gefilte fish?
Gefilte fish. Hey, you can listen to this now. The filter fish. I'm gonna need help cleaning this up. A lot.
Gefilte fish. Keep asking the PA.
Gefilte fish!
Gefilte fish! What's the name of this fish?
I just love it.
Every time. What's the name of this fish?
Gefilte. And then I guess get like a little Tupperware thingy for that.
I don't think I can finish my
The only people who eat gefilte fish are Jews. And even then...
That's right!
And even then, it's only on Passover.
Like you just eat it like matzah?
Yeah, it's a...
Cedar?
Yeah.
Cedar. Right. Cedar.
Saber.
Saber. Simon Saber.
I don't understand how gefilte fish could possibly be kosher. Because it is clearly a processed food.
Right.
And my understanding is processed food isn't kosher.
It depends on the sect of Judaism, I would imagine.
It's also how much you paid the rabbi to bless it.
That's true.
That's all kosher means, a rabbi blessed it.
Yeah.
So you can just take like anything that's not kosher. Hey, Rabbi!
Yes, that's all kosher means, a rabbi blessed it.
As long as it's not like pork, that's a no-go.
Now the rabbi is supposed to follow rules on what he blesses and what he isn't. But I have seen kosher pork. So
That's
I know
like-
rabbis don't follow those rules.
He was sleeping that day.
There should be no such thing as kosher pork.
Doesn't make any sense.
Hell, there should be no such thing as kosher salt.
They must eat every grain. It's a lot of work.
Hey, bless it. Bless it.
I don't think I can finish my char or my rice.
At least you can make the argument that salt is natural.
Don't worry, none of us finished everything except for Kip.
And kosher salt is very good.
I like pink sea salt. That's my favorite salt. Besides MSG, of course.
I just know.
Nothing beats MSG.
I just know. Remember watching Good Eats and all Brown used was kosher salt. It's like get some kosher salt. That's all. Doesn't great.
Like if you need to get hot dogs for hot dogs,
Hot dog, yeah.
there's only one brand to get.
Yeah, Hebrew National.
Hebrew National.
That's the one.
That's the one. They are the best hot dogs.
They are.
I have found that I just can't stand hot dogs anymore.
That's because you haven't been eating Hebrew National.
No, I have. I just after my nephew was disgusted by hot dogs, I'm like, man, he's right. Hot dogs are disgusting. Like he doesn't even know what hot dogs really are. He just knows they're disgusting. And I'm like, damn, he's right.
Hebrew National or beef hot dogs.
They have to be.
Yeah.
Because pork can never be kosher.
Yep.
It's an animal that lives in its own filth.
And it's delicious. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
And they're also very smart animals.
Like cows don't get trichinosis.
We can try.
They get crazy though with their mad cow disease.
Damn those mad cows. We gotta calm down. Not get mad anymore.
Oh, so you got oh, that's right. You have to do before you do. Oh, that's the dream that we should practice. I do like this. I like all of that too. Act 2 is fantastic. Act 1 was fantastic. Act 1 was good. Act 2 was fantastic. Act 3, I don't hate it, but it's interesting for post game, but the whole premise of it, I'm like, no, why do you do this? Don't.
I'm taking it because I believe in the game too.
So I really told you this before we started playing the game. They do post game content. So after you beat the boss, they're like, okay, you count that in time once. And the whole thing is, do we want to do this? Don't. One, leave it at that. Don't fuck with things. Don't fuck with time. Say no. And it's like, why? No, don't do this. And that kicks off Act 3. So, the whole conceit of it is upsetting to me. Snatching the feet in the face of victory by fucking with time.
Oh, come on, that's not.
Hold on, pick up the map. Later on, you're gonna get a quest to find the gravestone. All the guides were saying it's right outside Warriors Inn. Where the fuck is it? Yes.
I found that fast. I found that stupidly fast, apparently.
Pick up the map. That was right in the middle of that, right? Go right in the middle of that. Look for the spot on the ground. It should be directly in the middle of the farm. In the medallion place, there was a drawing of a map on a chalkboard. There was a map of one of the recipe. X, right? I believe it's 3 medals. Which is a lot. It's not part of the list. It's just something where there it is. You know it's 3 medals. Because when I saw that on the chalkboard, I'm like, what is that? Yeah, I took a picture of it on my phone, and then I looked at all the maps. Alright, go on and film the stream now? Alright guys, we're ending the stream. Thanks for watching. Peace out guys.